Chapter 1. The Portal Discovery. The dim, flickering lights of the basement lab barely illuminated the clutter of ancient manuscripts, mechanical parts, and digital displays that lined the shelves. Elon, his eyes scanning a thick, leather-bound tome, glanced occasionally at the holographic interface projected in the air. It was late, well past midnight, but the thrill of discovery left no room for tiredness. Elon, Atlas, increase magnification on section gamma. Enhance the Aramaic inscriptions. Atlas. Voice resonating directly in Elon's mind via the neural chip. Enhancing now. Elon. The translation module is active. Inscription reads, beneath the steps of knowledge lies the gateway to the unwalked path. Elon. Steps of knowledge? This old lab has been many things, but never a library. What knowledge? Wait, there's a footnote here. Can you decipher this smudge? Atlas. Processing. The footnote refers to an alchemist's study, suggesting a hidden layer beneath this facility. Historical records I accessed indicate your lab was built over the ruins of an ancient alchemical workshop. Elon. That's it. Atlas, help me move this shelf. There's got to be something under these floorboards. The heavy shelf creaked as they pushed it aside, revealing a dusty, uneven floor. Elon grabbed a crowbar and pried open a loose board, coughing as dust filled the air. Elon, look at that. Atlas. Does that look like an ordinary subfloor to you? Atlas. Negative. There's a metallic composition unusual for this type of building. I suggest using the spectral analyzer. Elon. Good idea. Let's see what secrets you're hiding down there. He retrieved a handheld device from his cluttered workbench, waving it over the opening. The device beeped erratically, its screen flashing with readings. Elon. Unbelievable. These readings are off the charts. It's not just metal. It's emitting some form of energy. Atlas. Warning. The energy patterns are consistent with portal theories you've studied. Interdimensional gateways. Elon. A portal right under my feet? This is incredible. Atlas. Are we equipped for recon? Atlas. Affirmative. Your suit is ready by the stairs. However, I must advise caution. We do not know where this portal may lead or what conditions might prevail on the other side. Elon. I understand the risks. Let's gear up. No explorer found new worlds without a little risk. Elon donned his specially designed suit, adjusting the seals and checking his gear twice. He stood before the gaping hole in the floor, a shimmering light now visible below. Elon. Atlas. Begin recording all data. If something happens to me, Atlas, I will have all relevant information to initiate search and rescue operations. Remember, the unknown can be more dangerous than the visible threat. Elon. Philosophical as always. Atlas. Here we go. He descended a ladder into the subfloor, the light growing brighter with each step until he stood at the edge of a swirling vortex of light and shadows. Elon. It's beautiful. The colors, the movement. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Atlas. I am recording all visual and sensory data. Be aware, the energy levels are rising. This could activate at any moment. Elon. We need to find out where it leads. Activating the portable tether line now. He clipped the end of a high tensile cable to a loop in the floor and attached the other end to his suit. Elon. Safety first, right? Okay, Atlas. On my mark. Initiate a slow descent into the portal. Keep scanning the energy pattern. I want to know everything we can find out. Atlas. Understood. Descending in 3, 2, 1. Elon. It's stable. I'm going in. Keep an eye on those levels. As Elon stepped into the portal, the world around him dissolved into a blur of light and color. The sensation was unlike anything he'd experienced, a mixture of falling and floating as time and space seemed to warp around him. Elon. Atlas. Status. Atlas. All systems are stable. However, I'm unable to determine our final destination. The portal is fluctuating wildly. Elon. Keep me tethered. I'm going deeper. The colors around him brightened, and he felt a strange sensation of euphoria mixed with a piercing cold that seemed to seep into his bones. Elon. It's getting intense. Atlas. Are you getting this data? Atlas. Yes. The swirl of colors and sensations around Elon grew more intense as he plunged deeper into the portal. The tether attached to his suit tugged gently, a reminder of the thin line connecting him to his own world. Elon. Atlas. The visuals are. They're beyond words. Are we still recording everything? Atlas. Voice steady in Elon's mind. All data is being captured. However, I detect increasing fluctuations in the portal's energy pattern. I recommend caution as we proceed. Elon. Understood. Wait, do you see that? There's a light ahead, like an exit. We might be reaching the endpoint. As he spoke, Elon felt a sudden lurch as if the portal itself was accelerating him toward the light. With a final surge of energy, he spilled out onto soft, verdant grass under a sky painted with unfamiliar constellations. Elon. Atlas. I've made it through. Status. Atlas. Confirming exit from the portal. Welcome to an unknown world, Elon. I suggest you take a moment to acclimate. The atmosphere is breathable, but the flora and fauna are unregistered. Proceed with caution, Elon. Noted. Let's do a 360 scan. I want to know what we're dealing with here. Elon stood, his suit sensors whirring softly as they analyzed the environment. The air was tinged with a sweet, floral scent, and the gentle breeze carried the distant sounds of what could be water or something else. Elon, the environment seems welcoming enough. No immediate threats detected. Can you confirm? Atlas? Atlas. Affirmative. No immediate biological or environmental dangers. However, I advise against removing your suit until we know more. Elon walked cautiously forward, his eyes wide with wonder as he took in the towering trees with luminous leaves and the shimmering creatures flitting between them. Elon, it's like a dream here. Atlas. Are you sure I'm not hallucinating? Atlas. All readings are real and incredibly fascinating. There is a high concentration of ambient magical energy, which may affect our equipment over time. As he explored, Elon came across a clear stream, its waters sparkling with iridescent colors. He knelt to collect a sample, his suit's gloves protecting him from direct contact. Elon, I'm going to test these waters. Maybe they can tell us more about the magical properties of this place. Atlas, proceeding with the analysis now. The water contains elements unknown to our database, including some form of bioluminescent microorganisms. Elon, this could be groundbreaking. Atlas, a whole new field of study right at our fingertips. As Elon cataloged the sample, a rustling in the nearby bushes caught his attention. He turned, and instinctively going to the stun baton at his belt. Elon, Atlas, something's approaching. Atlas, visual and thermal sensors activated. It appears to be a local inhabitant. Humanoid, roughly 5 feet tall, covered in what looks like natural camouflage. From the bushes emerged a creature, its skin mottled like the bark of the trees around it. Its eyes were wide and curious as it stared at Elon. Elon, hello there. I'm Elon. I come in peace. The creature tilted its head, mimicking his tone in a sing-song voice. I'm Elon. I come in peace. Elon, it mimics. Fascinating. Atlas, are you getting this? Atlas? Yes. Recording. This species might possess a form of echoic mimicry. Be cautious. Elon. Mimicry is often used as a defensive mechanism. Elon. Noted. No harm. The creature stepped closer, its gaze fixated on Elon's helmet. Creature. No harm, no harm. It repeated, then extended a hand. Fingers splayed. Elon. Are we making first contact here? Atlas? Atlas. It seems so. I suggest maintaining a non-threatening posture. Elon slowly extended his own gloved hand, and the creature touched it, its fingers cool against the suit's material. Elon, I'd love to learn more about you and your world. Creature. Learn. It echoed, then turned and pointed towards a path leading into the forest. Elon, is that an invitation? Should we follow? Atlas, I see no immediate danger in following. Proceed with caution, and keep your communications open. Elon, will do. Let's see where this leads, shall we? Following the creature through the luminous forest, Elon felt a mixture of exhilaration and apprehension. The path meandered through an array of bioluminescent plants that bathed the surroundings in a soft, ethereal glow. Elon, Atlas, this ecosystem is unlike anything we've documented on Earth or in the colony databases. The bioluminescence, is it purely aesthetic, or does it serve a more practical function? Atlas, analyzing samples from the air. Preliminary data suggests the luminescence may be a byproduct of metabolic processes, possibly related to photosynthesis or perhaps a defensive mechanism to deter predators. Elon, incredible. Make sure all of this is logged. We might be walking through a living textbook of alien botany. The creature continued to lead Elon deeper into the forest, stopping occasionally to gesture at specific plants or to the sky, where strange constellations twinkled. Elon, I wish I could understand what you're trying to show me. Creature. Show. It echoed, pointing at a particularly bright flower. Elon. Yes, it's beautiful. Does it have a name? Creature. Name. It repeated, then sang a series of melodious notes that resonated with the shimmering petals. Elon, I'll take that as yes. Atlas, let's name it Luminara in our logs for now. Could you check if it's toxic? Atlas. Scanning. No toxins detected. However, it exudes a mild narcotic effect. Caution advised if considering direct contact. Elon. Duly noted. Thanks, Atlas. As they walked, Elon noticed that the creature seemed increasingly eager, quickening its pace and looking back at him frequently as if excited. Elon, where are we going? What are you taking me to see? Creature. See, it exclaimed, now pulling at his sleeve gently. Elon. Okay, let on. I'm right behind you. The path finally opened into a large clearing where a group of similar creatures gathered. They all turned to look at Elon, their eyes reflecting the moonlight. Elon, looks like we've arrived at a gathering. Hello, everyone. I'm Elon. The creatures murmured among themselves, the same word repeated over and over, Elon, as they slowly approached to form a semicircle around him. Creature leader. Elon, you different. You come. Why? Elon noticed that this one spoke better than his guide. It seemed to be a leader, or at least more articulate. Elon, I'm exploring, learning about new worlds and civilizations. My arrival here is by chance through portal. Creature leader. Portal. Magic door. You use magic? Elon. Not magic, exactly. More like advanced technology. But perhaps here, what I call technology might seem like magic to you. Creature leader. Magic, technology. Dangerous. Many fear. Elon, I understand. My intention isn't to frighten or harm anyone. I come in peace. Creature leader. Peace. Good. We watch. We see. You prove. Elon, I'm willing to prove myself. Tell me how. Atlas. Elon, I advise maintaining a diplomatic tone. Offering to share knowledge or assistance might foster goodwill. Elon, thank you. Atlas. I offer to share knowledge and help where I can. Maybe we can learn from each other. Creature leader. Learn. Yes. We show our world. You show your ways. Fair. Elon. Fair is good. I agree to this exchange. The leader nodded, and the atmosphere seemed to lighten. The creatures, now less tense, began to mingle around Elon, some touching his suit curiously, others showing him various objects or plants. Elon, Atlas, let's document all interactions. I want detailed scans of everything they're showing me, and see if you can learn their language from these exchanges. Atlas, commencing linguistic analysis. I will update you with key phrases and possible translations as data is processed. Elon, great, and let's keep an open line. I might need to translate on the fly. The evening progressed with Elon learning simple words and the creatures, in turn, marveling at his equipment. They shared a meal of exotic fruits, and Elon, after consulting with Atlas, joined them cautiously. Elon, this is quite the feast. Thank you for sharing your food with me. Creature leader. Share good. Build trust. Elon. Yes, building trust is important. As the night deepened, the creatures performed a dance, moving rhythmically. As the rhythmic dance continued, the atmosphere among the creatures grew more relaxed, and Elon found himself immersed in the culture of his newfound companions. The music, a complex layering of natural sounds and melodic hums, filled the clearing with an enchanting resonance. Elon, Atlas, are you getting all of this? The music, the movements, they're unlike anything we've documented before. Atlas, all data is being recorded. The rhythmic patterns and acoustic properties are indeed unique. This could be a form of communication or perhaps a ritualistic expression. Elon, it's beautiful, isn't it? Makes you wonder about the stories they're telling through their dance. As the dance ended, the creature leader approached Elon, a serious expression on his face. Creature leader. Elon, you see us, yes. Now, we speak important. Elon, of course, I'm listening. What is it that's so important? Creature leader. You're coming here, not small thing. Magic door you use, big power. Not just you watch it. Elon, I understand. The portal is powerful, but I assure you, I control it. It won't harm your world. Creature leader. Not worry harm from door. Worry others find door. Others not good like you. Elon. Others. Are there others who might follow me through the portal? Creature leader. Yes. Others always seek. If find door, they come. Not come in peace. Elon. This is troubling news. We must ensure that doesn't happen. Can you tell me more about these others? Atlas. Elon, I advise caution. Gather as much information as you can. It's imperative we understand this threat. Elon. Atlas is right. We need to know about these others to protect both our worlds. Creature leader. Not know when. Only know they seek power. Your door, key to many places. Key must be guarded. Elon, I can take measures to secure the portal. Perhaps I can modify its access, make it secure. Would that ease your concerns? Creature leader. Maybe. But power like door, hard to hide. You must be ready. We help. But you ready? Elon, I'm grateful for your offer to help. Let's work together to keep the portal safe. I also offer my assurance and protection. As they spoke, a younger creature approached timidly, holding up a device that Elon recognized as a fragment of his own technology that must have come through the portal ahead of him. Young creature. This, yours? Elon. Yes, that's mine. It looks like a communicator. It must have fallen when I came through. Thank you for bringing it to me. Young creature. Make light, make sounds. Like magic. Elon. It's not magic, but I can see how it seems that way. It uses energy to operate, similar to how your bioluminescent plants work. Creature leader. See, you show us your magic. Now, teach. We learn. Elon. Absolutely. Let's start with how this device works. It's all about energy. The lesson turned into a deep discussion, with Elon explaining basic principles of technology and electricity, using the device as a practical example. The creatures were fast learners, their natural curiosity driving them to ask insightful questions. Elon, think of it like this. Energy can be stored, transformed, and used to do work. Just like your bioluminescent plants convert chemical energy into light. Creature leader. Understand some. Learn more, better help. Elon. Yes, the more we understand each other, the better we can cooperate. I look forward to learning about your world as well. Atlas. Elon, it's getting late. Your energy levels are low, and the suit's battery is at 60%. I recommend concluding for now and resuming after some rest. Elon. Atlas has a point. It's been a long day, and we've all learned a lot. Let's continue this tomorrow, shall we? Creature leader. Rest. Tomorrow, more learn, more share. The creatures dispersed slowly, and Elon was shown to a place where he could rest. As he settled down, the leader stayed behind for a moment, a thoughtful look in his eyes. Creature leader. Elon, this world, our home. We trust you now, more tomorrow. Together, safekeep. Elon, thank you. I'm honored by your trust and will do everything in my power to live up to it. Elon's morning started with the sun casting a soft golden light through the thick canopy of Arcadia, illuminating the intricate patterns of dew on the leaves around him. He had set up an array of sensors to better understand the local environment, but as he calibrated the last device, a deep, resonating hum filled the air. Elon, Atlas, are you hearing this? What's that sound? Atlas, voice staticky and intermittent. I am registering an unusual magnetic flux. It's quite potent, attempting to isolate the frequency and origin. Elon, adjust the dampeners. Let's get a clear reading. And check if, before he could finish, a surge of magnetic energy rippled through the area, causing sparks to fly from his equipment. Elon recoiled as his display screens flickered out, one by one, plunging his workstation into darkness. Elon, Atlas, status report. Now, Atlas, systems malfunctioning. Major magnetic disturbance, affecting all electronic components. Manual reboot required for essential systems. Elon, okay, let's do this step by step. I need navigation and basic environmental shields back online first. Elon fumbled with the manual overrides, his fingers working quickly but carefully to restore at least part of his system's functionality. As he worked, the creature that had guided him previously approached cautiously. Creature leader. Elon, your magic stops. Why lights die? Elon. It's not magic, it's technology. And it seems to be failing because of a strong magnetic field. Does this happen often here? Creature leader. When sky angry, yes. Stones sing, magic wakes. Dangerous times. Elon. Stones sing? What does that mean? Are we in danger right now? Creature leader. Not danger of respect. Come, must hide. Follow me. Elon hesitated, looking at his inert equipment. Elon, I need to gather some of my tools. Can it wait a moment? Creature leader. No, wait. Sky song strong. Must go now. Reluctantly, Elon grabbed a portable diagnostic kit and followed the creature through the underbrush. As they walked, he tried to engage the creature to understand more about the phenomenon. Elon, tell me more about these singing stones. I'm here to learn, and I've never encountered anything like this. Creature leader. Ancient stones. Hold world together. Balance magic and not magic. You bring not magic. Stones wake. Elon. Fascinating. So, these stones, they react to technological energy? Creature leader. Yes, react. Not like sometimes calm, sometimes storm. They arrived at a cave veiled by thick moss and guarded by tall, knotted trees. Inside, the air was cooler, and the sound of the magnetic hum was muffled. Elon. This is a natural shield from the magnetic field? Creature leader. Yes, safe here. You learn much if stay. Listen. Elon, I intend to. But I need to get my equipment working. Can you tell me how long these disturbances usually last? Creature leader. Some suns, some moons. Not known. Sky decides. As Elon unpacked his diagnostic kit, his hands steady but swift, he kept the dialogue going, hoping to gather as much information as possible. Elon, is there a way to predict these disturbances? Any signs you observe? Creature leader. Sky speaks. Colors change, winds sing, creatures hide. Signs all around if listen. Elon. I see. I'll need to adjust my sensors to detect these signs. Your knowledge is invaluable. Thank you. Creature leader. We help. You not mean harm? We see. Elon managed to get a rudimentary communication line back up with Atlas. Elon, Atlas, if you can hear me, start diagnostics on all systems. I need a full report on the extent of the damage. Atlas, crackling through. Acknowledged. Elon, running. Diagnostics. May be intermittent, as magnetic flux persists. Elon, understood. Let's keep our comms open as much as we can. I'm in a safe place now, shielded by the cave. Creature leader. Elon, you stay here, learn. When sky calm, you fix magic. Elon, that's the plan. But I'm not just here to fix my magic. I want to understand yours as well. Teach me about your world, your stones, your sky. Creature leader. Yes, teach we will. You listen, learn, respect. Elon set up a temporary workspace in the cave, spreading out his tools and salvage parts. The creature sat nearby, watching intently as Elon worked. Elon, once I get my systems back, I'll be better equipped to understand and maybe help maintain the balance you speak of. It's my goal to coexist peacefully here. Creature leader. Coexist good. Balance key. All live, all share. Elon's makeshift workstation was bathed in the dull glow of the cave's bioluminescent fungi as he worked on restoring his technology. His efforts were interrupted when the peaceful atmosphere was shattered by the approach of Arcadian warriors. The creature leader stood quickly, a concerned expression on its face. Creature leader. Trouble comes. Warriors of the stones approach. Elon looked up, seeing several figures clad in armor made of natural materials that blended seamlessly with the forest environment, entering the cave with measured steps. Arcadian warrior number 1, outsider, you have been summoned by the Council of Elders. Your presence disturbs the balance of our lands. Elon. I've caused unintended disruptions, and for that, I apologize. I'm here to learn and to make amends. Can we talk this through? Arcadian warrior number 2. Words have weight, but the stones speak louder. You must come with us. The elders will decide your fate. Elon, to creature leader. Can you help me here? I believe we can find a peaceful resolution. Creature leader. I will accompany you. They listen to me. Maybe help understand. Elon. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. As they walked, Elon tried to engage the warriors in conversation to better understand their perspective and alleviate the tension. Elon, I understand that your people are protectors of this land's balance. I respect that deeply. What exactly are the stones of balance? Arcadian warrior number 1. The stones are ancient. They are the foundation of the balance between all life forces in Arcadia. Your technology has caused a disturbance, a rippling effect. Elon, is there a way for my technology and your stones to coexist? I'm here to learn and hopefully integrate respectfully. Arcadian warrior number 2. That is for the council to decide. Our duty is to bring you to them. As they emerged from the dense foliage into a clearing, the scale of Arcadia's civilization became apparent to Elon. Structures harmoniously integrated into the environment showcased an advanced understanding of living architecture. Elon, your architecture, it's incredible. It seems to live in harmony with the environment. Arcadian warrior number 1. Our structures are grown, not built. They are part of the land. As are we. Elon, there's so much I can learn from you. And perhaps there are ways my technology can benefit your people without disrupting your balance. Arcadian warrior number 2. Perhaps. But good intentions are not always enough to prevent conflict. The group approached a large, dome-shaped building that appeared to be the heart of the council's meeting place. The entrance was guarded by more warriors, each nodding respectfully as Elon and his escort passed. Elon, I come in peace and hope to leave in understanding. Upon entering, Elon was struck by the interior's beauty. The walls were lined with intricate carvings that seemed to depict the history of Arcadia and its deep connection to the natural world. Arcadian warrior number 1, here, you will speak to the Council of Elders. Speak truth and respect our ways. Elon, I will. Thank you for guiding me here. Creature leader. Elon, speak from heart. Show respect for stones, for balance. They see your spirit. Elon, I intend to. Thank you for standing by me. As they awaited the council's convening, Elon turned to the creature leader. Elon, how best can I express my intentions? I want them to understand that I'm not here to harm. Creature leader. Speak of balance. You're seeking knowledge, wanting harmony. Elders respect harmony. Your heart, let it speak. Elon, balance and harmony, I understand. I'll focus on that. Your guidance has been invaluable. Creature leader. We learn from each other. This is the way of things. You learn our ways, we see your heart. As the elders entered, a hush fell over the room. They were adorned in ceremonial robes that seemed to shimmer with a light of their own. The lead elder, an imposing figure with eyes reflecting deep wisdom, raised a hand for silence. Lead elder, we gather today to hear from the outsider known as Elon. He comes to us under unusual circumstances. Let us listen and judge with wisdom. Elon, honored elders, I come before you in peace and with respect for your ways and your wisdom. I'm here to learn and, if possible, to share. I understand there's been a disturbance, and I deeply regret any harm caused. My hope is to find a way for my technology to coexist with your sacred stones, enhancing rather. Elon, accompanied by the creature leader and the 2 stern Arcadian warriors, treaded a winding path that led deeper into the heart of Arcadia. The dense canopy above filtered the sunlight into a kaleidoscope of dancing hues on the forest floor, an ever-moving mosaic that almost distracted Elon from the gravity of his situation. Elon, this journey to your council, it's giving me a lot of time to think about the balance you maintain. It's similar to ecological balances we study on Earth, but yours seems more interconnected. Arcadian warrior number 1, our balance is life. All things connect. The stones of balance are central to this. They resonate with the life force of Arcadia. Elon, I'm beginning to understand the significance. It's a sophisticated synergy of all living things, isn't it? On Earth, we often struggle with this concept. Arcadian warrior number 2. Many outsiders have come, attempting to harness the stones for their power. All have failed, disrupting the harmony we strive to protect. Elon, I assure you, my intentions are to understand, not to exploit. Perhaps there's a way my technology can help monitor and maintain the balance, rather than disturb it. Creature leader. He speaks true. His heart shows respect, different from others before. The conversation paused as they approached a river crossing, the water clear and flowing with a gentle but firm insistence. A bridge made of living vines arched over the river, swaying slightly with the breeze. Elon. This bridge, it's alive, isn't it? The way it integrates into its surroundings. It's brilliant. Arcadian warrior number 1. Yes, the bridge grows from the banks on either side. It strengthens with time, rather than decaying. Elon. Sustainable architecture. We have theories about this on Earth, but you've implemented it as a way of life. There's so much we could learn from you. As they crossed the bridge, the gentle sway added a rhythmic cadence to their steps, reinforcing the sense of entering a world where nature and culture were seamlessly intertwined. Arcadian warrior number 2. What do you hope to gain from us, Elon? What is your ultimate goal here? Elon. Understanding, primarily. And cooperation, if possible. I believe both our worlds can benefit from shared knowledge. Your methods of living with the environment, and perhaps insights from our technology that could assist in ways yet imagined. Creature leader. Good words, good heart. But words must match actions. Council will see, will decide. The path finally led to a massive structure at the heart of the forest, its walls covered in moss and flowering vines, humming with the sounds of life. The entrance was guarded by statues that seemed to be carved from the living rock itself. Elon. This place, it feels ancient, sacred. Arcadian warrior number 1. It is both. The council hall is the oldest structure in Arcadia, grown from the earth at the dawn of our civilization. Here, all decisions that affect the balance are made. As they entered the hall, the interior opened up into a vast space illuminated by shafts of light piercing through openings in the roof. The walls were lined with murals depicting the history of Arcadia, each panel telling a story of struggle, harmony, and the pursuit of balance. Elon. The murals, they tell your history. I see conflicts, resolutions, a narrative of harmony. Arcadian warrior number 2. Yes, each represents a chapter of our past. Learn from them, as each visitor is meant to. They teach the importance of balance and the cost of its loss. As they walked through the hall, Elon felt the weight of many eyes upon him. The elders of the council, adorned in robes that seemed woven from the very light that filtered through the leaves above, began to gather in a semicircle at the center of the hall. Creature leader. Here, we speak. You listen, learn, and later, speak. Respect the moment, Elon. Elon. I will. Thank you for this opportunity to learn and share. The lead elder stepped forward, his robe shimmering with a pattern that seemed to mimic the flowing river they had just crossed. Lead elder. Welcome, Elon of Earth. You stand in the heart of Arcadia, before the keepers of the balance. Speak now your piece, and know that truth is the seed of harmony here. Elon. Thank you. Lead elder. I come to you with open hands and an open heart. My arrival through the portal was not intended to disrupt, but to explore and understand. I am here to learn from you, to share knowledge, and to find a way that my presence and my technology can benefit Ark. Elon stood before the semicircle of Arcadian elders, feeling the weight of the moment as he prepared to address the gathering. The chamber, alive with the murmur of leaves and the subtle sounds of the forest, seemed to await his words with bated breath. Lead elder Thalos. Elon of Earth, you have traversed great distances and pierced the veil between worlds. What disturbs the balance must be understood and addressed. Speak your intent. Elon, Elder Thalos, and esteemed members of the council, thank you for allowing me this audience. My journey through the portal was driven by a quest for knowledge and peaceful exchange. I am here not to disrupt, but to understand and perhaps to offer ways in which my own knowledge could assist in preserving the balance you cherish so deeply. Elder Morena, your words are well chosen, outsider, but good intentions are but the surface of deeper waters. What assurances can you offer that your technology will not further disturb our balance? Elon, Elder Morena, I am prepared to work alongside your scholars and magicians. Together, I believe we can study the interactions between my technology and your stones of balance. With understanding, we can perhaps devise methods to mitigate any negative impacts. Elder Yorin, and if no such methods can be found, what then? Will you cease your experiments, return through your portal, and leave our world as it was? Elon, if it comes to that, Elder Yorin, I will do as honor and wisdom dictate. My mission is one of peace and knowledge. Should my presence here prove untenable, I will withdraw, respecting your wishes and the sacred balance of Arcadia. Creature leader Lyra, elders, I have witnessed this man's curiosity and respect firsthand. He has shown a willingness to learn our ways and a reverence for our world that is rare among those who have come before. Elder Thalos, the council acknowledges your words, Lyra. They carry weight, as do the observations of all who speak before us. Yet, we must consider all consequences, seen and unseen. Elon, I understand, and I am grateful for the wisdom and caution you exercise. Might I propose a period of observation and shared study? Allow me to demonstrate my commitment to your world's well-being through collaborative effort. Elder Morena. This is an unusual request, but not without merit. What say you, council members? The elders murmured among themselves, their voices a soft susurration like wind through leaves. After a moment, Elder Thalos raised his hand for silence. Elder Thalos, we will convene in private to discuss your proposal, Elon of Earth. The balance of Arcadia is precious, and our duty to protect it is paramount. You will have our answer by sunrise. Elon, I thank you for your consideration. Elders, I await your decision with hope and respect. As Elon and Lyra exited the council chamber, the creature leader placed a reassuring hand on Elon's shoulder. Lyra, you spoke well, Elon. The elders will see the honesty in your words. Now, we wait and hope. Elon. Lyra, your support means a great deal. Whatever their decision, I am thankful for the chance to have come this far and to have met beings such as yourself. Lyra, and I am glad to have met you, Elon. Your world is very different from ours, but perhaps in our differences, there is much we can teach each other. They walked back toward the guest quarters where Elon was staying, the path illuminated by the soft glow of luminescent plants and the stars peeking through the canopy. Elon, Lyra, how long have you been a leader among your people? You carry yourself with such dignity and calm. Lyra, many cycles, Elon. It is my role to bridge the gap between our traditions and the ever-changing world beyond our borders. It is not always easy, but it is necessary. Elon, I can see the balance in all things is more than just a philosophy for you. It's a way of life. Lyra, just as seeking knowledge is for you. We are both guided by our duties and our desires to see our worlds thrive. Let us hope that the council sees the benefit in us working together. Elon, to mutual benefit and a shared future. Lyra, to mutual benefit. Elon. Elon was deep into the forested outskirts of Arcadia, mapping electromagnetic fields to understand their impact on his technology. The sun, filtered through a high canopy of azure leaves, cast a mottled, surreal glow on his path. His observations were abruptly interrupted by the rapid onset of an Arcadian storm, a phenomenon he had yet to experience with such intensity. Elon. Atlas, the barometric pressure just dropped sharply. Are we expecting severe weather? Atlas. Voice slightly distorted through the neural chip. Affirmative, Elon. A hypercellular storm is forming directly above your quadrant. Immediate shelter is advisable. Elon. Pinpoint the nearest shelter on the map. And hurry! Atlas. Processing request. There is a rock formation with a natural overhang 400 meters to your north. It should provide adequate shelter. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind whipped through the trees, rustling leaves and bending branches with ominous creaks. Elon. Adjusting my heading now. Keep the navigation lev. Atlas. I'm going to need real-time updates here. Atlas. Updating path. Watch your right. There's a cluster of thorned Ajax vines directly in your path. Suggest a slight detour to your left in 20 meters. As Elon hurried through the undergrowth, the sky darkened ominously, and a low rumble of thunder rolled across the landscape. Elon. Atlas. How long do we have before the storm hits? Atlas. Estimations show less than 5 minutes before the storm's core is upon your location. I recommend expediting your pace. Elon. Noted. Let's boost the suit's power to the leg servos. I need more speed. Atlas. Boosting now. Be cautious of slippery surfaces. Increased servo power can lead to loss of traction on wet leaves. Elon, moving faster now, glanced up as the first heavy drops of rain began to fall, large and sporadic, hitting the leaves with audible plops. Elon, visibility is decreasing. Switch the helmet's display to infrared. Let's cut through this fog. Atlas, switching to infrared mode. Be advised, multiple small lifeforms are moving rapidly towards shelter. This could indicate the approach of more severe elements. Elon, got it. Any sign of flash floods in my area? Atlas. Scanning topography. There is a minor risk. The nearest waterway is currently at normal levels, but that could change quickly. Finally, Elon reached the rock formation. The overhang was more substantial than he had expected, providing a dry, if cold, refuge from the intensifying downpour. Elon. Okay, Atlas, we're here. Initiate environmental seals on the suit and start drying protocols. I'm soaked. Atlas. Initiating. Your core temperature has dropped slightly. I suggest activating the suit's thermal elements. Settling into the temporary shelter, Elon began to unpack a small, portable sensor from his backpack. Elon, while we wait out the storm, let's recalibrate the electromagnetic sensors. There's something about these storms. They're not purely natural. They're reacting to something. Atlas, a sound hypothesis. Elon. I will assist in recalibrating. Please extend the sensor array towards the open side of the overhang. Elon, deploying now. And Atlas, log this observation for further analysis. There might be a pattern to the storm's behavior and its effects on local wildlife and flora. Atlas, logged and analyzing. Also, an alert, Elon. Your suit's power reserves are at 60%. The storm has interfered with the suit's solar recharge capabilities. Elon, understood. Let's reduce all non-essential systems to minimal operating levels. Keep life support and basic sensors active. We'll ride out the storm and then head back to base camp at first light. As the storm raged outside, Elon made notes on his datapad, his mind racing with the implications of what he was discovering. The relationship between the technological and the natural in Arcadia was more complex and intertwined than he had first imagined. Elon, Atlas, remind me to collect samples of the flora around here once the storm passes. There's a chance the plants have adapted to utilize this electromagnetic energy. Atlas, reminder set. I will also monitor the storm's progress. Current projections suggest it will continue for several more hours. Elon, thanks. Atlas, let's keep monitoring the situation. If anything changes with the storm's intensity, let me know immediately. Elon huddled under the protective overhang, the storm raging outside with gusts of wind that howled like ancient spirits of Arcadia. Water streamed down in sheets, visible in the intermittent flashes of lightning that split the sky. Inside his temporary shelter, the dim glow from his suit's interface offered a small bubble of calm. Elon, Atlas, monitor the storm's intensity. Any indication it might be letting up soon? Atlas, analyzing latest atmospheric data. The storm is gaining in intensity. Elon, based on current patterns, it may last several more hours. I recommend maintaining current shelter and conserving energy. Elon, understood. Let's do a quick system check. How are we holding up? Atlas, life support systems are stable. Power reserves are at 55% and holding. Non-essential systems remain in low power mode. Your suit's external sensors are partially obstructed by water accumulation. I suggest a manual clear when the rain eases. Elon, I'll keep an eye on it. In the meantime, let's run a diagnostic on the external communication arrays. I want to ensure we can reach base camp once this storm passes. Elon reached out, wiping the visor of his helmet with a gloved hand, as Atlas processed the commands. Atlas, initiating diagnostic on communication arrays. There is a minor alignment issue with the satellite uplink antenna. Manual adjustment required. Elon, I'll handle it first thing when the storm lets up. Atlas, start compiling the environmental data we collected right before the storm hit. I want to review any fluctuations in the local magnetic fields that could correlate with these sudden weather changes. Atlas, compiling data now. There are significant anomalies in the magnetic field readings that coincide with the onset of the storm. It appears these storms may be influenced by or potentially cause shifts in local magnetic fields. Elon, interesting. That could explain some of the tech disruptions we've experienced. Note that down for a deeper analysis later. Also, Atlas, let's review the thermal imaging from the last hour. I want to see if the local wildlife has any particular adaptations that allow them to detect and shelter from these storms. Atlas, reviewing thermal data. There is a pattern of movement towards underground burrows and behind natural barriers among smaller creatures. Larger fauna exhibit a lower body temperature, suggesting a possible hibernation-like state during storms. Elon, adaptations for survival. Fascinating. Ensure all observations are logged. This could be crucial for understanding how life on Arcadia has evolved with these extreme conditions. Atlas, all observations logged and backed up. I recommend conserving power by dimming the suit's display. You can maximize conservation without compromising safety or operational awareness. Elon, go ahead and dim the displays. Keep auditory alerts active, though. I want immediate updates if anything changes with the storm or our systems. As the display dimmed, Elon wrapped his arms around himself, feeling the chill of the damp cave mixed with the artificial warmth radiating from his suit. The storm outside seemed to grow in ferocity, with thunder rolling continuously, a deep, omnipresent rumble. Elon, Atlas, have there been any similar storm patterns recorded in this region before we arrived? Anything in the historical data you can find that might help us predict how this might play out? Atlas, searching through historical environmental data. There is a record of similar storm patterns occurring with a periodicity of approximately every 2 Arcadian years. Each instance appears to last between 3 to 6 hours, depending on various atmospheric variables. Elon, that's good to know. It gives us a baseline for what to expect. How much longer based on the current data until this one passes? Atlas, estimating another 2 hours at current intensities before the storm begins to dissipate. I will continue to monitor for any changes in the storm's behavior. Elon, 2 hours. All right, let's use this time effectively. Begin analyzing the magnetic field data in relation to the storm's intensity. Look for any causative correlations that could explain the technological disruptions we've experienced. Atlas, analyzing now. I will alert you to any significant findings. Elon leaned back against the rock, his mind racing with the possibilities of what they were discovering. The storm, while a hindrance, also provided a unique opportunity to observe and understand the natural forces of Arcadia firsthand. Elon, keep those analyses running. Atlas, despite the conditions, today might yet yield some valuable insights into this world. Atlas, continuing analysis. I will maintain all systems at optimal efficiency levels during the storm. Hours later, as the relentless storm began to wane, the sound of the rain softened, transitioning from a torrential downpour to a steady drizzle. Elon peered out from under the rocky overhang, observing the gradual lightening of the sky. Elon, Atlas, update on the storm's status. Atlas, the storm is dissipating. Elon. Radar suggests the rain will cease within the hour. Wind speeds are decreasing, and atmospheric pressure is normalizing. Elon, good news at last. Prepare the external sensors. I want to conduct a post-storm survey. Let's assess the immediate environmental impacts. Atlas, sensors coming online now. The initial scans show significant water accumulation. Caution is advised due to potential flooding in lower areas. Elon, noted. Let's avoid the valley paths on our return. Any movement from the local wildlife? Atlas, thermal imaging detects increased activity approximately 200 meters northwest of your location. It seems several species are emerging post-storm. The area might provide valuable observation opportunities. Elon, that's our next stop then. Plot the safest route considering the current ground conditions. Atlas, calculating now. Route plotted. I recommend proceeding with caution due to slippery surfaces and potential debris. Elon packed up his equipment, securing everything tightly before stepping out from under the shelter. The air felt fresh, washed clean by the storm, though the ground was muddy and littered with leaves and branches. Elon, lead the way. Atlas, let's take it slow and steady. As he navigated through the recovering forest, Elon kept his eyes open, scanning the environment. His suit's sensors pinged occasionally, marking changes in the terrain or noting points of interest. Elon, Atlas, activate the soil moisture sensors and log the saturation levels. It might give us insights into the soil's ability to recover from these deluges. Atlas, sensors activated. Logging moisture levels now. High saturation detected across all tested points. This could impact plant stability and growth patterns. Elon, interesting. Record all data points. It might help us understand how the flora here adapts to these conditions. Moving cautiously through the lush undergrowth, Elon approached the area where Atlas had detected wildlife activity. His sensors soon picked up the gentle movements of small, amphibious creatures resurfacing after the storm. Elon, look at that, Atlas. These creatures seem to thrive after the rains. Initiating a video on. Let's document their behavior. Atlas, recording now. These species appear to utilize the post-storm conditions for foraging and possibly mating. It's an effective adaptation to their environment. Elon, capture all their interactions. There's a rhythm to their movements, a pattern. Can we analyze their behavior for any predictive elements? Atlas, analyzing. The creature's movements are indeed rhythmic, possibly linked to post-storm environmental cues. This behavior could be an adaptive advantage. As Elon observed, he took manual notes in his digital journal, sketching quick diagrams of the creatures and their interactions. Elon, Atlas, compare these behavioral patterns with known species from Earth that exhibit similar post-storm activity. It might give us more comparative data. Atlas, running comparative analysis now. I'll pull files from Earth's ecological databases for matches. Elon continued his survey, moving deeper into the area. His boots squelched in the mud, but the rich, earthy smell of the forest floor was invigorating. Elon, let's also sample the water quality in these puddles. The storm might have introduced new elements into the ecosystem. Atlas, preparing sampling module. Be advised, the water may contain runoff from higher elevations, including minerals and organic compounds. Elon, exactly what I'm hoping to analyze. Let's see if there are any trace elements that weren't present before. As the sun finally broke through the clouds, its light filtered down through the canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. Elon paused, looking around at the vibrant landscape coming alive after the storm's rage. Elon, it's remarkable, Atlas, how quickly the environment rebounds. The resilience of Arcadia's ecosystems is astounding. Atlas, indeed, Elon. The rapid recovery is notable. It suggests a highly evolved ecological balance, adapted to frequent and intense meteorological events. Elon, record that observation. It's going to be crucial in our reports back to Earth. Understanding this balance could have profound implications for our environmental management practices. After completing his post-storm assessments and collecting valuable environmental data, Elon prepared for the trek back to his temporary base camp. The ground was still soft and treacherous underfoot, but the clearing skies promised a safer passage than the one that brought him to shelter. Elon, Atlas, let's finalize our route back to camp. Consider the current terrain conditions and residual storm effects. Atlas, route has been updated. Elon, I've avoided the lower paths due to potential waterlogging and selected a ridge path that will provide a more stable return journey. Elon, excellent. Let's get moving then. Keep the terrain navigation system active and alert me to any anomalies. Atlas, affirmative. Navigation is online, and I will monitor for any changes in terrain stability. As Elon started his trek, the soft squelch of mud beneath his boots was accompanied by the distant calls of Arcadian wildlife, resuming their daily activities after the storm's interruption. Elon, Atlas, record the ambient sounds. The post-storm calls might be different from the usual patterns we've cataloged. Atlas, recording now. The acoustic environment is rich with new calls, likely a result of the ecological shifts post-storm. This data will be valuable for our biodiversity studies. Elon continued his careful progress, the landscape around him visibly transformed by the storm. Small streams formed by the rainwater glistened under the sunlight filtering through the leaves. Elon, these temporary waterways, are they common after such storms? Atlas. Yes, they appear frequently in the region's topographical data post-precipitation events. They play a critical role in nutrient redistribution and habitat formation. Elon. Interesting. Take samples of the water and sediment. It could give us insight into nutrient cycles here. Atlas. Collecting samples now. The path gradually ascended, offering Elon occasional glimpses of the valley below, where the water shimmered in newly formed pools. His suit's sensors beeped softly as they detected and analyzed various elements of the environment. Elon. How are the suit's energy reserves holding up with all these additional tasks? Atlas. Current power levels are at 75%. You have sufficient energy to complete the return journey and conduct the necessary analyses with some reserves. Elon. Good to hear. Let's not get complacent, though. Keep me updated on any fluctuations. The ridge path offered less resistance than the muddy lowlands would have, and Elon made good time. His mind, however, was busy piecing together the data collected throughout the day, trying to form a comprehensive picture of the storm's ecological impact. Elon. Atlas, once we're back, I want to start processing the data immediately. Prepare the lab modules for a full spectrum analysis. Atlas. Preparations will be ready upon your arrival. All lab systems will be optimized for immediate data processing. As he neared the camp, Elon's thoughts turned to the broader implications of his findings. The resilience and adaptability of Arcadian ecosystems could provide critical insights into Earth's own environmental challenges. Elon. The parallels between Arcadia's response to natural disturbances and what we're facing on Earth are striking. There's much to learn here that could help us manage our planet better. Atlas. Indeed, Elon. The potential applications for ecological management and disaster response are significant. Your findings could inform global strategies. Elon. Exactly. Document that thought, Atlas. It'll be important for our reports back to the scientific community. Atlas. Documented and highlighted for further development. Reaching the edge of the camp, Elon felt a surge of satisfaction. Despite the day's challenges, they had managed to gather crucial data and return safely. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the camp, and the air was cooling rapidly. Elon. Home at last. Atlas. Let's get everything powered down and secure for the night. Tomorrow, we analyze and start putting together our findings. Atlas. Initiating shutdown procedures. All non-essential systems will enter sleep mode. I'll maintain passive monitoring overnight for security. Elon. Thanks. Atlas. Let's keep an eye out tonight. After a storm like that, you never know what might wander into camp. Elon, always driven by his curiosity and the pull of unknown energies, followed the readings from his handheld sensor, which led him deeper into the dense foliage of Arcadia's enchanted grove. The air was thick with a palpable vibrancy that tingled against the skin, a sensation unfamiliar but exhilarating. Elon. Atlas, these readings are off the charts. The fluctuation in ambient energy is unlike anything we've encountered. Is there any historical data on phenomena like this in our database? Atlas, voice coming through crisply in Elon's neural implant. No direct correlations exist in our archives. This phenomenon appears unique to Arcadia. Caution is advised, Elon. As he ventured further, the soft glow of bioluminescent plants illuminated a path leading to a clearing where three figures stood, deeply engrossed in their examination of a luminous flora specimen. Elon, calling out, "Hello there! I'm Elon from Earth. I'm here on an exploratory mission. Mind if I join you?" The trio turned, their expressions a mix of surprise and cautious intrigue. Scholar Ileana. Greetings, traveler. I am Ileana, and with me are my colleagues, Yorin and Alice. You're far from the common paths. What brings you to the Enchanted Grove? Elon. I was following some unusual energy readings and ended up here. Your grove is? It's incredible. There's something about the energy here. Scholar Yorin. Indeed, you have stumbled upon one of Arcadia's heartlands, where the magic of the land is strongest. These plants are not just flora, they are part of the grove's living magic. Elon. Fascinating. I have instruments that could possibly measure and analyze the energies here. With your permission, I'd love to gather some data. It could be beneficial to understand how our different worlds interact. Scholar Hallis, you speak of mutual benefit, yet caution dictates we tread lightly when sharing our secrets. However, your intentions seem pure. Proceed, with respect. Elon, with a nod of thanks, carefully set up a small array of sensors around the area, making sure not to disturb the natural setting. Elon, thank you for this opportunity. I assure you, all my methodologies are non-invasive. I'm here to learn, not disrupt. As he activated the devices, a soft hum filled the air, barely audible over the rustle of the leaves. Scholar Ileana, what are these devices capable of? Elon, they're designed to read various types of energy emissions and environmental data. By understanding the frequencies at which these plants operate, we might learn how the energies of our two worlds could coexist or benefit each other. Scholar Yorin, an admirable goal. Our own studies focus on how the energies sustain the grove and protect it. Each plant here is tuned to the land's life force. As the data streamed in, Elon watched the scholars, noting their gentle, reverent approach to each plant and stone. Elon, is there a particular ritual or method you follow in your studies? Scholar Hallis, indeed. Every interaction with the grove is guided by tradition and a deep understanding of the natural balance. We listen to the land, and in return, it speaks to us. Elon, I hope to hear some of that wisdom today. The initial readings are already showing incredible patterns of energy flow. There's a harmony here that's quite complex. Scholar Eliana, the grove thrives on harmony. Dissonance is discouraged, for it can lead to decay. Your instruments, I trust they will not introduce such dissonance. Elon, absolutely not. They're specifically calibrated to be as unobtrusive as possible. It's like a soft whisper against the background of the grove's own song. The scholars nodded, seemingly reassured by Elon's explanation and care. Scholar Yoren, then let us observe together. The grove is more active at dawn and dusk. Perhaps you will witness its full majesty then. Elon, I look forward to it. And perhaps later, you could show me more about how you harness and interact with these energies? Scholar Hallis, perhaps. First, let us see what your technology uncovers here in the heart of our world. As the initial awe of the glowing plants subsided, Scholar Ileana led Elon and her colleagues deeper into the grove, where the trees thinned before a clearing that housed an enormous, pulsating crystal embedded in the ground. Its light bathed the area in a serene glow. Elon, is this what you call the heart of Illis? Scholar Ileana. Yes, this crystal is the core of the grove's magic, channeling the earth's energy and distributing it throughout the forest. It's both a source and a regulator of life here. Elon, incredible. With your permission, I'd like to scan the crystal. The data could help us understand how such a powerful energy source could coexist with the surrounding ecosystem without overwhelming it. Scholar Yoren, proceed, but carefully. The heart is sensitive to disturbances. We must ensure that nothing harms its balance. Elon set up his equipment, making meticulous adjustments to ensure the lowest possible intrusion. Elon, I'm using a passive spectral analysis tool. It won't touch the crystal. It just reads the energy it emits. Scholar Hallis, we will monitor the heart closely. Any sign of distress, and we must stop immediately. As the device hummed softly, collecting data, Elon turned to the scholars with a look of curiosity. Elon, how did your people discover the capabilities of the heart? Scholar Ileana, it was the first of our ancestors, the sage Illas, who felt its call. He learned to communicate with it, to listen and understand its rhythms. Scholar Yoren, and through generations, we have honed that communication into a partnership. We protect the heart, and it, in turn, sustains our land. Elon, it's fascinating. There's a theory on Earth called Gaia, suggesting our planet is like a single organism. The heart of Illis seems to embody that idea quite literally. The scholars nodded thoughtfully as the device beeped, signaling the completion of its scanning. Elon, we've got the data. I'll analyze this carefully to ensure we fully understand the interaction dynamics here. Scholar Hallis, what do you hope to find? Elon. Elon, I'm looking for harmonics and resonance patterns. If we can understand how the heart stabilizes these energies, perhaps we can apply similar principles to help stabilize ecosystems on Earth disrupted by human activity. Scholar Ileana, a noble goal. We are stewards of our land, as you seek to be for yours. Share with us what you learn. It may enlighten our own practices. As the sun set further, casting long shadows over the clearing, Elon packed away his equipment. The scholars invited him to sit with them on the mossy ground near the heart. Scholar Yoren, tell us more about Earth. Elon, how does your world handle the balance of nature and technology? Elon, it's a challenge. We've made mistakes, many of them, but there's a growing movement towards sustainability and ecological respect. Learning from Arcadia could significantly enhance our efforts. Scholar Hallis, and what of the magic of your world? Do you have those among you who can speak with the earth or the wind? Elon, we have different kinds of magicians, scientists, environmentalists, engineers. They use knowledge and technology, much like magic, to understand and hopefully protect our world. Scholar Ileana, it seems we are more alike than different. Elon, both our peoples wield great power and bear great responsibility. The conversation drifted into the evening, with the scholars sharing tales of Arcadia's past encounters with otherworldly visitors, some benevolent, others less so, and how these interactions had shaped their current policies on sharing their magical secrets. Elon, your history is rich with wisdom. Earth could learn much from your experiences, especially regarding the coexistence of different forms of power. Scholar Yoren, perhaps this is the beginning of a new chapter for both our worlds, one of shared knowledge and mutual respect. Elon, I believe so. And tomorrow, if you are willing, I'd like to demonstrate some of Earth's technology that might be beneficial for Arcadia, especially in terms of environmental monitoring and management. Scholar Hallis, we will consider it. Elon, let us see what the heart reveals about your data first. The night grew deeper around the heart of Illas, and Elon, energized by the discussions, felt a connection to Arcadia that transcended the technological boundaries he was accustomed to. Elon, as we sit here, and I feel the energy from the heart. It's almost like it's communicating. Does it ever feel that way to you, that you're in direct conversation with it? Scholar Ileana, indeed, it does. The heart has a consciousness, guided by the forces of nature. It responds to us, and in turn, we attune to its needs and moods. Scholar Yorin, many of us train for years to understand just the faintest whispers of what it communicates. It's a lifelong journey of learning and understanding. Elon, that's fascinating. On Earth, we rely heavily on technology for such interactions. Here, it seems your magic serves a similar purpose, but it's so much more integrated into your beings and your culture. Scholar Hallis, yes, and while your technology is intriguing, Elon, remember that magic is the lifeblood of Arcadia. It binds everything together. Elon, I respect that profoundly. It's why I think combining our approaches could lead to something greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine integrating subtle technology with your magical practices to enhance both our world's sustainability. Scholar Ileana, that is a tempting thought, Elon. What kind of integration do you envision? Elon, for starters, precise environmental monitoring that can predict changes and help manage resources without intrusion. Your magic guides and balances, while our technology provides data and projections to support those efforts. Scholar Yorin, it sounds beneficial, but we must tread carefully. The balance of magic must not be disrupted by the cold logic of machines. Elon, absolutely, I agree. Perhaps a small pilot project? Something under the guidance of your scholars, with constant monitoring for any impact. Scholar Hallis, what sort of project did you have in mind? Elon, maybe integrating non-invasive sensors in a part of the grove, sensors that are tuned to the magical frequencies here. They could simply observe, collect data that you can interpret through your understanding of magic. Scholar Ileana, that could be a way to begin. Monitoring could help us better understand the seasonal fluxes and the deeper cycles of the grove. Elon, and I would be here to assist, to learn from you and ensure that the technology adapts appropriately, not the other way around. Scholar Yorin, your proposal shows respect. Elon, let us discuss it amongst ourselves. We shall provide you with an answer by morning. Elon, thank you. Yorin, Ileana, Alice, I appreciate your openness to these ideas. As the meeting disbanded, Elon lingered in the clearing, watching the soft glow of the heart pulse against the backdrop of the night sky. Elon, Atlas, log all conversations from tonight. There's potential here not just for technological integration, but for a true cultural exchange. Atlas, logging complete. Elon, the data from tonight's energy readings is also quite intriguing. There are patterns that resemble quantum entanglement, but on a macro scale. Elon, really? That could explain the depth of connection the Arcadians have with their environment. It's not just spiritual, it might be fundamentally woven into the fabric of their reality. Atlas, should I continue to analyze these patterns? Elon, yes, focus on that. And compare it to the data we have on entanglement from Earth's quantum computing experiments. There might be a link. As the night grew quiet, Elon's thoughts drifted to the possibilities ahead. The integration of Earth's technology with Arcadian magic could open new pathways not just for environmental management but for understanding the connectivity of all life forces. Elon, Atlas, prepare a detailed proposal for the pilot project, something respectful and careful, that mirrors the balance we've seen here. Atlas, preparing now. I will include safety protocols and an ethical framework to ensure we respect the Arcadian ways. Elon, perfect. We're not just bridging technology and magic, we're bridging worlds. As dawn broke over the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Elon prepared for his return to the scholars of the Enchanted Grove. He spent the early morning hours reviewing the data collected from the previous day's scans and refining his proposal for the pilot project. His equipment beeped softly in the background, compiling the last bits of analysis. Elon, Atlas, how are the final preparations going on that proposal? Atlas, all sections are compiled and ready for review. Elon, I've included detailed descriptions of the sensor technologies, their energy frequencies, and how they'll be adapted to minimize any interference with the grove's natural energies. Elon, excellent. Let's also emphasize the collaborative nature of this project and our commitment to respecting the Arcadian ways. I want them to see this as a partnership. Atlas, understood. Adding a section on collaborative oversight and joint data analysis. It will ensure they feel an integral part of every step. As Elon walked towards the meeting point, he passed through parts of the grove he hadn't explored yet, noting the vibrant life that thrived in every corner. The grove seemed even more alive in the morning light, with creatures of all kinds stirring with the dawn. Upon arriving at the clearing, Elon found Scholar Ileana already waiting for him, a gentle smile on her face. Elon, good morning, Ileana. I hope the morning finds you well. Scholar Ileana. It does, thank you, Elon. The grove is especially lively at dawn. Did you find your contemplations fruitful last night? Elon, I did, indeed. I've prepared a detailed proposal for the pilot project we discussed. I took great care to align it with what we've learned from the grove, focusing on harmony and balance. Scholar Ileana, we are eager to see it. Yorin and Hallis will join us shortly, but I would hear your thoughts now. What drives your interest in integrating our magic with your technology? Elon. My home world struggles with environmental crises that threaten our very way of life. What I've seen here, the way your magic works in harmony with nature, offers a beacon of hope. If we can learn from you, perhaps we can heal some of the wounds we've inflicted on our planet. Scholar Eliana. A noble pursuit. Elon. Our magic, while powerful, is also delicate. It's woven into the fabric of our existence, our identity. Sharing it, as you must understand, is not a matter taken lightly. Elon. Absolutely. And that's why I propose starting small, with the utmost respect for the risks involved. We aim to learn and adapt, not to impose. Scholar Yoran. Arriving with Alice. Elon. Your words yesterday stirred much discussion among us. Your respect for our ways is evident, and that speaks well of you. Scholar Hallis. Yet we must ask, what are the risks? Even well-intentioned actions can lead to unforeseen consequences. Elon. A valid concern, and one I share. That's why our proposal includes comprehensive safeguards and constant monitoring. Any sign of adverse effects, and we halt everything immediately to reassess. Scholar Yoran. And what are the data collected? How will it be used? Elon. Jointly. Everything we learn will be shared openly with you. And beyond our study, any further applications will only proceed with your express consent and involvement. Scholar Hallis. It seems you have considered much. We will review your proposal in depth. Elon. Thank you. Hallis. Yoran. Liliana. I'm here not just as a researcher, but as someone who believes in the potential for our worlds to help each other grow. This project could be just the beginning of that. The scholars nodded, their expressions thoughtful, touched by Elon's sincerity and driven by their own curiosity about the new horizons this partnership might open. Scholar Ileana. Let us then take the day to consider. Meet us here at dusk. We will share our decision then. Elon. I'll be here. Thank you for considering this path together. Elon wandered deeper into the dense foliage of Arcadia, away from the beaten paths, in search of new allies who shared his vision for integration. The grove's energies felt different here, more subdued, perhaps tainted by underlying tensions. It was here he met Lisa, a gardener attending to her exotic luminescent plants under the shade of towering ferns. Elon. Hello. I hope I'm not intruding. I'm Elon. These plants are fascinating. Are they native to this region only? Lisa. Yes, they're quite sensitive to the changes in the grove's energy. And who might you be? An outsider interested in our plants. Elon. Exactly. I'm from Earth, here on a mission to understand and hopefully integrate our technologies with Arcadia's magic, all in a respectful way, of course. Lisa. I've seen many come and go, claiming respect but leaving turmoil in their wake. What makes your mission any different? Elon. I understand your concerns. I'm here to learn, not impose. I believe in cooperation and mutual benefit. I have tools that might help us monitor and stabilize the energies affecting your plants. Lisa. Tools? Most tools I've seen disrupt more than they help. What sort of tools are these? Elon. Non-invasive sensors that can detect energy fluctuations without touching the plants. They could provide us with real-time data to better understand how to help them thrive. Lisa. That does sound useful. My plants have been struggling with the erratic energies lately. Can you show me how these sensors work? Elon. Of course. Let me set one up right now, with your permission. Elon unpacked a small, sleek device from his bag and placed it gently near a cluster of glowing plants. He activated it, showing Lisa the readout on his portable screen. Elon. See, no physical contact with the plant. It measures the ambient energies in the plant's response. We can track how the energies affect growth and health over time. Lisa. Impressive. And the data it collects, how do you interpret it? Elon. My AI assistant, Atlas, processes the data, and we can review it together. I'll teach you how to use the analysis tools. It's quite user-friendly. Lisa. Teaching me. You say. That's a novel approach. Most don't bother. They think we don't understand our own land. Elon. I believe everyone should understand the tools that affect their environment. Knowledge should empower, not alienate. Lisa. Well said. If your tools can help, I'm willing to learn. Maybe you can even look at the soil composition. Something's off there as well. Elon. Let's do that. I have a soil analysis kit with me. We could take a sample right now and test it. As Elon took a sample of the soil, Lisa watched intently, her initial skepticism slowly giving way to cautious optimism. Lisa, this is good work you're doing. If these tools can really help, you might find more than a few allies here. Elon. Thank you. Lisa. I hope so. And with your insight, I'm sure we can make significant improvements. Lisa. Maybe so. You know, there's a group of us, gardeners and healers, who've been feeling sidelined in recent council decisions. Your project might just be what we need to prove our point. Elon. I'd be honored to meet them, share ideas, and see how we can all work together. Lisa. I'll arrange a meeting. See, we look after each other here. If you're truly here to help, then you'll find friends in us. Elon. I look forward to that. Lisa. Thank you for this opportunity to show what we can achieve together. Following his successful interaction with Lisa, Elon was introduced to Torin, a healer known for his deep concern about the health of both the community and the environment of Arcadia. They met in Torin's modest healing center, a sanctuary filled with aromatic herbs and gentle, calming energies. Elon. Torin, it's a pleasure to meet you. Lisa has told me much about your work here. Torin. And she has mentioned your endeavors. Elon. I'm intrigued but cautious. Our healing practices are closely tied to the balance of natural energies, which have been disturbed lately. What are your intentions here? Elon. I aim to understand these disturbances better and explore ways our technology might help manage or even restore balance, without interfering with the intrinsic energies of your world. Torin. Such promises have been made before, yet often they lead only to more imbalance. How will your approach be different? Elon. By working closely with you and respecting Arcadian wisdom, I believe a collaborative approach is key. We use non-invasive tools to monitor environmental and energetic changes, ensuring that any interventions are made with full understanding and consent. Torin. Monitoring is one thing, but understanding our energies requires more than just data. It requires a connection to the land and its life force. Can your technology truly grasp that? Elon. That's where I need your help. Torin. Your expertise could guide the interpretation of our data, blending science with your deep knowledge of Arcadian magic and medicine. Torin. A fair point. Let me show you something. Torin led Elon to a small garden at the back of the center where several plants showed signs of withering. Torin. See here, these plants are suffering, not from disease, but from weakened life energies, likely due to disturbances in the grove's heart. How could your tools help in such a case? Elon. Let's set up a sensor array around this garden. We can measure the environmental energies and their fluctuations throughout the day. With this data, perhaps we can identify patterns or triggers for the decline. Torin. And if we pinpoint these disturbances, what then? Elon. Then we experiment with subtle adjustments, maybe shielding these plants from certain frequencies or enhancing others. Always small steps, closely monitored. Torin. Proceed then. Elon. Let's see what your approach yields. As they set up the equipment, Elon explained each step, ensuring Torin understood how the sensors worked and what they measured. Elon. Each sensor is calibrated to detect a range of energies, both natural and those influenced by human activity. They're passive, so they won't emit anything harmful or disruptive. Torin. Your methods are impressive, I admit. I appreciate your transparency. Elon. It's refreshing. Elon. Thank you. Torin. It's my belief that true progress can only come from open collaboration and mutual respect. With the sensors in place, Elon and Torin returned to the healing center to discuss further potential areas of cooperation. Torin. If your sensors do what you claim, there could be benefits for us. Many in the community are wary of new technologies, but tangible benefits, visible improvements to their well-being, could sway them. Elon. That's my hope. And perhaps in time, we could integrate some educational components, sharing knowledge about how technology and magic can coexist and complement each other. Torin. Education is the cornerstone of understanding. Yes, if this trial proves successful, we could consider broader outreach. Elon. I look forward to that possibility. In the meantime, I'll be here, working alongside you and learning from you. Torin. And I from you, Elon. Let's see where this path leads us. After meeting with the healer, Elon's next challenge was to address the concerns of Lyra, the village leader, known for his protective stance regarding Arcadian traditions and magic. Elon met Lyra in the central hall of the village, a place filled with historical relics and vibrant tapestries depicting Arcadian lore. Elon. Leader Lyra, thank you for meeting with me. I've had enlightening discussions with Torin and Lisa, and I'm here to understand your perspective and address any concerns you may have about my project. Lyra. Elon, your engagement with our people does not go unnoticed. However, as you can imagine, any external influence, especially involving technology, is met with skepticism. Our magic is sacred and not easily shared. Elon. I respect that deeply. Lyra. My approach is based on minimal intervention. The goal is to enhance our understanding of the natural balance through data, not to alter or control the magic itself. Lyra. And yet, even the act of monitoring can be intrusive. How do you ensure that your technologies do not disrupt the very balance you seek to understand? Elon. Each piece of equipment is designed to be passive and non-emissive. I've tailored the technology to observe without altering the environment. We're also proposing continuous oversight by your own experts. Lyra. I see. And what benefits do you foresee for our community from this collaboration? Elon. First, by understanding environmental and magical fluctuations better, we can enhance the health of the grove and perhaps mitigate any negative effects from outside disturbances. Second, this project could serve as a bridge, expanding our shared knowledge and opening up new ways to heal both our worlds. Lyra. A lofty goal. But intentions aside, the outcomes are not always predictable. What safeguards are in place should your project lead to unforeseen consequences? Elon. An excellent point, and one I take seriously. We will establish a set of protocols including immediate cessation of any activity showing negative impact. Additionally, I propose setting up a joint council, including Arcadian leaders like yourself, to review all data and activities continuously. Lyra, a joint council. That does put some control in our hands, which is reassuring. How do you address the concerns of those who feel this project might pave the way for more invasive technologies? Elon, transparency at every step. Lyra, we will hold open sessions where people can come and see what we're doing, ask questions, and express their concerns. Nothing will be done in secrecy. Your traditions and values will guide our actions. Lyra, your words suggest a level of openness that is rare among outsiders. I will confer with the council, but I believe you could be a catalyst for positive change, provided our terms are respected. Elon, I am committed to that. Lyra, I've seen the beauty of Arcadia and the depth of your connection to the land. I promise you, I'm here to respect and learn, not to overpower. Lyra, then let us proceed cautiously. I will arrange for you to present your project to the full council. They will have the final say. Elon, thank you. Lyra, I appreciate the opportunity to share my vision and prove my commitment. Back at his temporary research camp, Elon dedicated himself to the final preparations for his presentation to the Arcadian Council. His equipment was spread out before him, each piece representing a bridge he hoped to build between his world and Arcadia. Atlas, his AI assistant, was instrumental in organizing the data and refining the visual aids. Elon, Atlas, let's run through the presentation one more time. I want to make sure every slide is clear and every argument is compelling. The council must see the potential benefits as clearly as we do. Atlas, understood. Elon. Initiating presentation review. Slide 1 introduces the project's scope and objectives. Any changes here? Elon, add a note about our collaborative approach and emphasize respect for Arcadian sovereignty over their magical practices. It's crucial they see this as a partnership, not an intervention. Atlas, noted and updated. Moving to slide 2, which details the technology and methods we'll be using. Do you think the technical descriptions are accessible enough for non-technical members of the council? Elon, let's simplify the language a bit more. Replace spectral analysis with energy measurement and data extrapolation with making predictions based on patterns. We need to be understood by all, not just the scientists among them. Atlas, adjustments made. Now, on slide 3, where we discuss potential benefits to Arcadia, including environmental stabilization and enhanced magical practices. Should we include case studies or hypothetical scenarios? Elon, include a brief hypothetical scenario that illustrates how the data could be used to prevent a potential imbalance in the grove. Make it relatable, perhaps a story about saving a beloved grove area from decay. Atlas, I'll craft that narrative. Next, we address the safeguards and community involvement on slide 4. This is where we reassure them about control and oversight. Elon, right. Emphasize the creation of the joint council and the stop mechanisms that can be triggered at any sign of trouble. Also, mention the open forums we'll host for ongoing community feedback. Atlas, details are clear and reassuring. Finally, the closing slide where you extend an invitation for council members to visit our camp and see the technology firsthand. Elon, yes, and let's also extend an offer for their young scholars to intern with our team. It could be a great way for them to gain firsthand experience with our technology and take those skills back to their community. Atlas, a forward-thinking addition. That concludes the presentation. Shall we simulate the question and answer session now? Elon, yes, let's do that. Think like a council member. Ask me the toughest questions you can imagine they might pose. Atlas, question 1. How can you assure us that your technology won't negatively affect the subtle energies that our magic depends on? Elon, great question. We've designed our sensors to be as non-intrusive as possible. They're similar to devices used in non-invasive medical scans on Earth, proven to be safe around sensitive equipment and living tissues. Plus, all technology will be regularly reviewed under the guidance of your own experts. Atlas, question 2. What happens if you conclude your studies and decide to leave Arcadia? What legacy will your technology leave behind? Elon, another important concern. Our goal is to leave behind a suite of tools and a body of knowledge that can be used independently by Arcadians. We will train your people not just to use the technology, but to maintain and even innovate on it, ensuring it serves your community long after our project officially ends. Atlas, all responses are coherent and considerate of Arcadian values. Elon, you are prepared for this presentation. Elon, thanks. Atlas, let's make sure we're doing everything we can to respect their world and enhance it, not just benefit ours. In the Grand Hall of Arcadia's council, Elon stood before the assembled leaders, each a guardian of their world's traditions and magic. The hall, a testament to Arcadian architecture, hummed with the quiet murmur of anticipation. Elon, honored council members, thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share my vision. A vision where the profound depths of Arcadian magic and the far-reaching scope of Earth's technology not only meet but integrate, enhancing each other for a sustainable future. Council Elder Talina, Your words paint a hopeful picture, Elon. But hope is not enough. Can you elaborate on how you see this integration working without compromising the purity of our magic? Elon. Absolutely, Elder Talina. Imagine a world where your magical abilities are not limited by environmental degradation or external threats, where technology does not override magic but ensures its preservation and enhancement through precise monitoring and gentle support. Counselor Liam. Monitoring and support. These are vague terms. What exactly does this entail? What sort of technology are you proposing to bring into our sacred spaces? Elon. Let me be specific. For instance, we have developed sensors that can detect and interpret energy flows within the environment, flows of your own magic. These sensors are designed to be unobtrusive, to blend with the surroundings and provide data that can help prevent ecological imbalances before they become crises. Counselor Marine. And who interprets this data? Who decides what action is taken based on your sensors findings? Elon. That's where our partnership comes into play. This data would be available to you through a transparent interface, developed and operated by Arcadians trained by both our experts and yours. You control it. You decide the actions based on collective wisdom and our shared insights. Counselor Yoren. It sounds like you're proposing a form of guardianship, a shared stewardship of the environment. But how can we ensure that this technology, once deployed, will not be manipulated or lead to dependency? Elon. We've thought about that, Counselor Yoren. The system is designed with checks and balances, encrypted access, local control panels that require dual authorization from both Arcadian and Earth representatives. As for dependency, the aim is to equip your people with the knowledge and tools to operate independently over time. Elder Talina. What about cultural intrusion? The fabric of our society is woven with magic at its core, not technology. How do you address the cultural shifts that your proposal might initiate? Elon. An excellent concern. Elder Talina. Cultural sensitivity is paramount. That's why I propose we start small, a pilot project in an agreed-upon area. We'll conduct regular reviews, involving cultural experts from your community to assess and guide the integration at every step. Counselor Liam. A pilot project seems a prudent start. But what is your long-term goal, Elon? What do you hope to achieve if this project succeeds? Elon. My long-term goal is to see a world where Arcadia magic helps guide technological development in a direction that is harmonious and sustainable, not just for Arcadia but as a model for Earth as well. I envision an exchange of knowledge that benefits us both, without overreaching the boundaries that keep our cultures unique and vibrant. Counselor Marine. You speak of exchange, yet what do you offer in return? Earth technologies for our magic. How does Earth benefit? And how do we ensure that this exchange remains balanced? Elon. Earth benefits by learning from your sustainable ways, from your deep connection to nature that our world has, in many places, sadly lost. In return, we offer advancements that can help protect these connections. This exchange isn't just transactional, it's transformational for both sides. Elder Talina. Your words, Elon, they offer much to consider. This council will need to discuss thoroughly. You offer a path, but whether it is one we can walk together remains to be seen. Elon. Thank you, elders and counselors, for considering this path. I am here, ready to answer any more questions and to provide any assurances you need to make this decision a well-informed one. As the council members whispered among themselves, Elon prepared to shift from rhetoric to demonstration, revealing the tangible benefits of his proposed integration of technology and magic. Elon, with your permission, I would like to demonstrate a prototype that exemplifies our approach. This device, while simple, showcases how we can sensitively and effectively monitor the environmental and magical energies of Arcadia. Counselor Tavin. Proceed, Elon. Seeing is believing, they say. Let's see this technology in action. Elon nodded and retrieved a small, sophisticated device from his bag, a sensor array designed to be both discreet and powerful. He placed it gently on the ground in the center of the council chamber. The device hummed softly to life, projecting a holographic display above it. Elon. This sensor is currently measuring the ambient magical energies of this very room. It's tuned to detect subtle fluctuations that might go unnoticed to even the most trained Arcadian mage. The display lit up with a complex array of colors, each representing different energy frequencies in the room. Elon pointed to a fluctuating pattern on the edge of the hologram. Elon. Here you can see a minor disturbance in the chamber's energy, likely residual from our gathered presence in the day's discussions. Normally insignificant, but with our technology, even such minor fluctuations can provide valuable insights. Counselor Yael. And how do you interpret these readings? What can they tell us that our own senses cannot? Elon. By aggregating these data over time, we can begin to understand patterns or predict potential disturbances before they manifest physically. This could help in everything from maintaining the health of the grove to preparing for seasonal changes. Counselor Halen. I must admit, the visual is impressive. But how can we be sure that this device isn't interfering with the very energies it measures? Elon. An excellent question. We've conducted extensive testing to ensure that the emissions from this device are below the threshold that could influence Arcadian energies. Additionally, all technology we propose will undergo similar rigorous testing here, with your oversight. Elon manipulated the display, zooming in on an aspect of the data. Elon, let me show you another feature, predictive modeling. Based on the data collected, the device can simulate potential future states of this room's energies under various conditions. The hologram shifted, displaying several different scenarios, including one where the energy levels were harmoniously balanced and another where slight imbalances led to more significant disturbances. Counselor Marine, it seems like a powerful tool, but power can be a double-edged sword. What safeguards do you propose to control who has access to this information and how it is used? Elon, control and access to the data collected by these devices will be encrypted and will require dual keys, one held by the Arcadian Council, the other by our team. No single party can access the information unilaterally. Additionally, all usage of the data will be logged and auditable by an independent Arcadian body. Counselor Tavin, your safeguards are reassuring, but the idea of dual keys is novel. It suggests a level of partnership that is rare in such endeavors. Elon, true partnership is exactly what I propose. Not merely cooperation, but a co-ownership of goals and methods. We seek to learn from you as much as you might learn from us. As the demonstration concluded, Elon turned off the device and the holographic display faded. The council members sat back, visibly processing everything they had seen. Counselor Yael, your demonstration has given us much to consider. Elon. This technology, it is unlike anything we have encountered. We must deliberate carefully on how to proceed. Elon, I understand and respect the council's need for careful consideration. Please feel free to ask more questions or request further demonstrations. I am at your service to provide whatever information you need to make an informed decision. As the demonstration concluded, the Arcadian Council shifted into a more detailed and probing discussion. Each member seemed to weigh the benefits against their deep-seated concerns about introducing Earth technology into their magical practices. Counselor Vera, Elon, your presentation and demonstration are compelling, but there remain significant concerns about the long-term implications of integrating your technology with our magic. How can we ensure that this integration does not dilute or overshadow our traditional practices? Elon, thank you for your candor. Counselor Vera, it's essential that we address these concerns directly. Our goal isn't to replace or overshadow traditional practices, but to augment and protect them. We propose starting with a limited scope project where we can monitor every aspect and adjust our approach based on real-time feedback from the community. Counselor Kale, real-time feedback sounds practical, but what mechanisms do you have in place for this feedback to influence ongoing operations? How dynamic is this process? Elon, great question. Counselor Kale, we intend to implement a system where feedback from the community can be submitted directly through a dedicated portal. This feedback will be reviewed daily by a joint committee, which includes both Arcadian leaders and members of our team. Any adjustments or pauses in the project can be made almost instantaneously if necessary. Counselor Lyra, what about data security and privacy? This technology will gather sensitive information about our lands and practices. How do you guarantee the security of this data? Elon, data security is paramount. All data collected will be encrypted, and as I mentioned earlier, access will require dual authorization. Moreover, the data will be stored locally on Arcadia, not sent back to Earth. You have our full commitment to transparency and confidentiality. Counselor Yoren, let's discuss unintended consequences. Suppose, despite all precautions, the technology has a negative impact on our magical ecosystem. What then? What measures do you have in place? Elon, an important consideration. Along with the real-time monitoring system, we will establish a contingency plan that includes a range of responses, from adjusting the deployment to complete withdrawal of the technology. Furthermore, we will set aside a fund specifically for ecological restoration, should any negative impacts occur. Counselor Tavin, and who decides when to activate these contingency plans? How much influence will our council have in these decisions? Elon, the decision to activate contingency measures will require a consensus from the Joint Oversight Committee, which will consist of an equal number of Arcadian and Earth representatives. The council will always have the final say in these decisions, ensuring that Arcadia's interests are prioritized. Counselor Marine, your answers suggest a well-thought-out approach, but the balance between technology and magic is delicate. How do you propose we maintain this balance long-term, beyond the initial phases of your project? Elon, to maintain balance long-term, we will establish an ongoing educational exchange program. This program will not only train Arcadians in the use and maintenance of the technology, but also educate our team on the principles and practices of Arcadian magic. We envision a cultural exchange that grows over time, fostering mutual respect and understanding. The council members nodded thoughtfully, their expressions a mix of cautious optimism and residual concern. Counselor Vera, Elon, your approach is more respectful and collaborative than others we have encountered. We will take all that you have said under advisement. Are there any final thoughts you wish to add before we retire to deliberate? Elon, only that I am fully committed to adapting our methods to fit Arcadia's needs and values. I believe wholeheartedly in the potential for this partnership to bring about positive change and am ready to proceed at whatever pace you are comfortable with. After a tense wait outside the council chamber, Elon watched as the doors reopened. Council members emerged, their expressions inscrutable, Elder Mara, the head of the council, beckoned him back inside. Elon, elders, counselors, I appreciate the time you've taken today to consider our proposal. I hope to move forward together in partnership. Elder Mara, Elon, your presentation and responses to our concerns were thorough. We've deliberated and reached a decision. Elon felt a knot tighten in his stomach as he awaited the verdict, knowing the future of his project hung in the balance. Elder Mara, the council has decided to approve your project, Elon, on a provisional basis. We are prepared to move forward with the pilot program under the conditions and safeguards you've outlined. Elon's relief was palpable, and he felt a weight lift off his shoulders. Elon, thank you. Elder Mara, and all the council members. I am deeply honored by your trust and will ensure that our actions always reflect the respect and responsibility this partnership deserves. Councillor Tabin, while we approve this step, be mindful, Elon, that our approval is conditional upon continuous oversight and the positive impact of your technology. We will proceed cautiously. Elon, understood, Councillor Tabin. I agree with your conditions and welcome your oversight. Councillor Yao, we also require regular updates and consultations. This project affects not just the environment but our culture and way of life. We must guard them diligently. Elon, absolutely. Councillor Yao, communication will be open and ongoing. You will have access to all data and the ability to review every aspect of the project's progress. Councillor Lyra, and what of the broader community? How will you ensure they are informed and included in this process? Elon, we will hold community forums and workshops to explain the technology and its benefits. We'll also gather feedback, which will be crucial for adjusting our approach to better suit the community's needs. Councillor Halen, one last point. Elon, should at any point the pilot project show signs of adverse effects, irrespective of the data's suggestion of success, we reserve the right to terminate the project immediately. Elon, I completely agree, Councillor Halen. The well-being of Arcadia is our top priority, and the project will be adjusted or halted as needed based on your feedback and judgment. Elder Mara, then we are in accord. Let us proceed with hope and vigilance. Elon, you are now tasked not just with implementing technology but with fostering a true understanding between our worlds. Elon, thank you for this opportunity. I promise you, we will not only respect but cherish and nurture the trust you have placed in us today. As the meeting concluded, Elon stepped out of the council chamber, feeling both the enormity of the task ahead and the excitement of potential. His project had been approved, but he knew this was just the beginning. Now, he had to deliver on his promises, ensuring that the integration of technology and magic would indeed benefit Arcadia and perhaps provide a new model for his own world. Elon, to himself, let's get to work. Atlas, we have much to prepare and even more to learn. Atlas, acknowledged, Elon. Initiating project setup and community engagement protocols. In a spacious tent converted into a makeshift lab within the grove, Elon and his Arcadian counterpart, Lisa, gathered around a sleek, newly designed sensor. This was not just any ordinary device. It had been specially modified to interact harmoniously with the magical energies of Arcadia. Elon, Lisa, today marks a significant step. This sensor is the first of its kind, designed to not only detect but also synchronize with the natural magic here. If successful, it could bridge our worlds technologically and magically. Lisa, I'm intrigued, Elon. We've seen attempts at integration before, but they lacked sensitivity. How have you adapted this device to respect and align with our energies? Elon, we've incorporated a miniaturized crystal array similar to those found in your amplification rods. The crystals are tuned to resonate with the ambient magical frequencies, essentially translating our electronic signals into a more compatible magical output. Lisa, a thoughtful approach. It's refreshing to see technology that seeks to adapt to us, rather than imposing itself. Shall we proceed with the initial test? Elon. Yes, let's. I'm activating the sensor now. Watch the display here. It should show how the device's emissions interact with the surrounding magical field. Elon flicked a switch, and the sensor hummed to life, emitting a soft, pulsating glow. Both he and Lisa watched the monitor closely, where a series of graphs and numbers began to fluctuate. Lisa, I see the readings changing. What are we looking for exactly? Elon, we need the waveforms here to stabilize and align with these baseline readings, which represent the ambient magical energy. Successful alignment means the device is in harmony with the grove, not disrupting it. Minutes passed as the device adjusted under Elon's careful monitoring. Slowly, the lines on the graph began to mirror each other, a sign of successful integration. Lisa, it's stabilizing, Elon. The waveforms are aligning. That's remarkable. I can almost feel it. A calmness from the grove. Elon, that calmness is exactly what we're aiming for. It means our device is resonating positively with the environment. No disruption, just peaceful coexistence. Let's check the biometric feedback from the surrounding flora. Elon pulled up another chart, this one showing the vital signs of the plants within a small radius of the sensor. Lisa, the plants seem to be responding well. There's no sign of distress or withdrawal, which we've seen with other foreign devices. Elon, this could truly be the breakthrough we need. Elon, I'm relieved to hear that. Lisa, With your guidance, we've managed to take a significant step forward. Our next move will be to monitor the long-term effects and ensure there are no delayed adverse reactions. Lisa, a prudent course of action. How long do you propose we monitor before considering broader implementation? Elon, I'd suggest at least a few weeks. We need a comprehensive dataset to analyze and understand the full scope of the interaction. If all goes well, we can start thinking about deploying more sensors, slowly and carefully, throughout the grove. Lisa, I agree. Gradual integration gives us control and the ability to pull back if needed. I'll coordinate with the grove keepers to keep a close watch on the ecosystem's response. Elon, thank you. Lisa, your expertise and your community's involvement are invaluable to this project's success. Shall we document our findings from today's test? Lisa, let's. Documentation will be crucial for gaining full council approval and for our own records. We need to track every detail. After successfully integrating the sensor, Elon and Lisa set about monitoring and collecting data to understand how the technology performed over time. They met in the makeshift lab where the sensor hummed quietly, surrounded by a network of portable displays showing various data streams. Elon, Lisa, look at these readings from the past few hours. The energy fluctuations have minimized, and we're seeing a stabilization pattern that's consistent with the natural rhythms of the grove. Lisa, I'm seeing that too. It's almost as if the grove is accepting the sensor as part of its own. This data could revolutionize how we manage our magical resources. Elon, exactly my thoughts. Each data point helps us understand the intricate dance between technology and magic. We need to ensure this harmony continues. Let's start expanding the data collection to include soil nutrients and air quality around the sensor. Lisa, good idea. The health of the soil and air directly impacts the potency of our magical herbs. How precise are these new measurements? Elon, very precise. The sensors can detect changes down to the micron level for particulates in the air and micronutrient levels in the soil. We can get a real-time snapshot of the environmental health here. Lisa, that's impressive. It's important, though, that we keep monitoring these changes not just mechanically, but with our own senses. Our magic is deeply intuitive. Elon, I completely agree. Your expertise is crucial. The technology is here to augment your senses, not replace them. Lisa nodded, jotting down notes on a digital pad. Lisa, let's set up a weekly review where we go over the data together. I could provide insights from a magical perspective, which might help refine what we capture and how we interpret it. Elon, a weekly review sounds perfect. And if you notice any anomalies or if anything feels off, we should investigate immediately. I want this to be as collaborative as possible. Lisa, I appreciate that. Now, what about data security? This information is valuable and sensitive. How are we protecting it? Elon, all data is encrypted and stored in a secured server accessible only to our team here and specific members of the council. We're using state-of-the-art cybersecurity measures to ensure its safety. Lisa, good to hear. We can't afford any breaches. Their conversation was interrupted by a soft alert from one of the monitors. Both leaned in to check the display. Elon, it looks like we're getting a spike in ambient magical energy. It's probably due to the lunar alignment tonight. The sensor is adjusting its parameters automatically. Lisa, that's a potent time for our magic. It's fascinating to see the sensor respond like this. Can we track how the energy spike affects the surrounding flora? Elon, absolutely. I can set the system to record detailed reactions from the plants in the soil. We might discover new patterns of how lunar phases boost magical potency. Lisa, that would be invaluable. It could lead to more effective cultivation and harvesting schedules. Elon made the necessary adjustments to the system, enhancing the data capture for the duration of the lunar event. Elon, all set. We'll capture everything during this spike. I'm particularly interested in seeing how the enhanced energies interact with our tech. Lisa, you do. Tonight could give us a lot of answers, or present new questions. A few days later, Elon and Lisa prepared to field test the newly adapted sensor in a different part of the grove, an area known for its weakened magical energies. They were joined by Torin, the healer, who was interested in observing how the device could potentially aid in revitalizing the land. Elon, today's test is crucial. We're in an area of the grove where the energy has been notably declining. If our sensor can help reverse that trend, even slightly, it will be a significant proof of concept. Torin, I'm keen to see this device in action. Elon, many of my healing plants come from this area. A rejuvenation here could greatly benefit our practices. Lisa, let's get started. Elon, would you walk us through the setup again? I think it's beneficial for Torin to understand the intricacies of the process. Elon, of course. First, we place the sensor centrally to maximize its interaction with the surrounding area. Then, it begins a diagnostic to calibrate itself to the local magical frequencies. It's quite sensitive to these initial readings. As Elon set up the sensor, he carefully adjusted its components to align with the ambient energies. His movements precise and considerate. Elon, now we activate it. The sensor will emit a series of low-frequency pulses that should harmonize with the natural magic here. Watch the display here. It shows how the energy levels change in real time. Torin, fascinating. And these adjustments you're making, they're based on the initial readings it's taking? Elon, exactly. Torn. Each area has its unique energy signature, and the sensor adapts to complement, not disrupt, that signature. As the sensor hummed to life, the trio watched the display intently. Slowly, the graph depicting the area's energy showed a gradual update. Lisa, look, it's responding. The energies are stabilizing. This is what we hoped for, but seeing it happen is still somewhat surprising. Torin, indeed, it is impressive. But how long do we expect before we see tangible effects in the environment? In the plants and the soil? Elon, it can vary, but we should see initial signs within a few hours if the sensor is as effective as we anticipate. For full recovery, it might take days or even weeks of continuous operation. Torin, I see. And during this time, what are the risks of leaving this device operational? Could there be any adverse effects? Elon, a valid concern. We've set the sensor to alert us if it detects any anomalies or if the energy levels exceed safe thresholds. Plus, we're here to monitor everything closely today. Lisa, and I'll be here daily, checking on progress, adjusting settings if needed, and ensuring everything remains stable. The conversation turned towards the broader implications as they discussed the potential community benefits. Torin, if this works, Elon, you may have just introduced us to a new era of grove management. The implications could extend beyond just healing and agriculture. It could redefine how we interact with our world. Elon, that's the vision, Torin. A symbiosis between technology and magic, where each enhances the other, leading to a healthier ecosystem. Lisa, it's about balance. And perhaps, with careful management and respect for the natural order, we can achieve that. Elon, your work here might just bridge more than just the gap between magic and technology. It might bridge our communities. After several hours of close observation, Elon, Lisa, and Torin gathered again around the sensor to review the results of the field test. The area around the sensor showed visible signs of improvement. Plants looked healthier, and the air felt more vibrant with magical energy. Elon, the data is conclusive. We're seeing a marked improvement in the vitality of the flora in this area. The sensor's adjustments to the local magical frequencies are having a positive impact. Lisa, I have to admit, Elon, when you first proposed this technology, I was skeptical. But seeing this, feeling the change in the air, it's nothing short of miraculous. Torin, it's impressive indeed. The healing properties of the plants could be greatly enhanced by this. It opens up new possibilities for our medicinal practices. Elon, I'm glad the results are positive. This success belongs to all of us, to your openness and willingness to try something new. Lisa, let's document everything meticulously. We'll need a detailed report for the council. They'll want to see the evidence before we can consider wider implementation. Elon nodded and began gathering the data from various instruments, compiling them into an organized report. Elon, I'll include every bit of data, from environmental changes to plant health. We'll also outline the potential long-term benefits and any precautions we need to maintain going forward. Torin, what about community involvement? We should start preparing to educate our people about how this technology works and its benefits. Lisa, absolutely. Torin, community workshops could be beneficial. We need everyone to understand that this technology isn't replacing our traditional ways but supporting and preserving them. Elon, I think that's essential. And perhaps some of you could come to Earth eventually. Share your insights and learn about our technological advancements firsthand. Torin, that could be an interesting exchange. But let's take one step at a time. Today's success is enough to celebrate. Lisa, speaking of celebration, let's organize a small gathering this evening. It would be good to mark this milestone. Elon, you should definitely be the guest of honor. Elon, I'd be honored. Lisa, this project has become a significant part of my life. Seeing it succeed is deeply fulfilling. As the evening approached, the grove seemed to embrace the new presence of the sensor, now a beacon of the potential harmony between Arcadian magic and Earth technology. Villagers began to arrive, intrigued by the news of the successful test. Villager 1, Elon, we've heard so much about your work. It's exciting to see someone from another world take such interest in our home. Elon, thank you. It's been an incredible journey, one that I hope continues to benefit us all. Villager 2, it's strange to think of machines helping with magic. But you've shown that it can work. What's next for this project? Elon, we plan to carefully expand, always monitoring the impacts and ensuring that each step is beneficial. Your well-being and the health of the grove are our top priorities. As the celebration continued, Elon felt a deep connection to the people and the magic of Arcadia. He had not only introduced a groundbreaking technology but had also started to bridge the gap between two very different cultures, fostering understanding and respect on both sides. Elon, here's to a future where technology and magic grow together, creating a stronger, healthier world for all of us. In the heart of Arcadia, beneath the sprawling canopy of ancient trees, a group of traditionalists gathered, their faces etched with concern and defiance. The focal point of their assembly was Aris, a staunch defender of Arcadian traditions. Aris, my friends, we are here at a crossroads. The outsider, Elon, with his technology, claims to enhance our world. But at what cost to our sacred ways? Mira. Aris, I've seen some of his work. It's not invasive as we feared. It could help us. Aris. Help? By replacing our intuitions and spells with cold, lifeless machines? What happens when we start relying on his devices more than our own magical heritage? Galen. He's not proposing to replace our magic. Aris. Just to aid it. We've always adapted. Why is this different? Aris. Because it's not just an adaptation. Galen. It's an intrusion. One that could dilute the very essence of what makes us Arcadian. Our magic isn't just a tool. It's our identity. Leah. But what if this technology could prevent the blight that's been creeping into the Northern Grove? Shouldn't we consider it? Aris. And once we open that door, what then? More machines, more interference, until we no longer feel the pulse of Arcadia in our veins. No, we must stand firm. Kale, I understand your fears, Aris, but we're guardians of all of Arcadia, not just the old ways. If there's a chance to save parts of our land, should we not explore every option? Aris, guarding means preserving. Kale, not handing over our responsibilities to an outsider's gadgets. I say we draw the line here, before we lose more than just land. Mira, and how do you suggest we proceed? Aris. Aris, we form a coalition. Those of us who hold true to the Arcadian way must unite and voice our concerns. We monitor the outsider's actions, gather proof if necessary. We show the council and the people the truth. Galen, that sounds like espionage. Aris. Are we to become spies in our own land? Aris. Not spies, Galen. Protectors, observers. If his machines are as harmless as claimed, we lose nothing. But if not, we'll be the first to know and respond. Leah. This is dangerous ground. Aris. Dividing the community may lead to greater strife than any machine could cause. Aris. Perhaps, but consider this. What greater strife is there than watching our traditions fade into obscurity? I ask you, who among you is willing to take that stand with me? The group fell silent, the weight of Aris's words settling among them. Slowly, several members nodded, a silent agreement forming among the trees. Aris. Then it's settled. We meet here, under the old willow, at dusk in 3 days. Bring your ideas, your observations. We plan, we prepare. Mira, I'll be there. Aris. Not because I oppose Elon outright, but because I believe in safeguarding our culture. Let's see where this leads. Galen. And I'll join to ensure that this coalition doesn't turn into a witch hunt. If there's nothing to find, I will stand for Elon's right to be heard as much as ours. The murmurs of dissent that began in hushed tones among the Arcadian traditionalists soon grew into more organized discussions as Aris's rallying cry drew a larger crowd in the community hall. The air was thick with apprehension and resolve as Aris addressed the expanding group. Aris, thank you for gathering here tonight. Our way of life, the essence of who we are, is at risk of being overshadowed by foreign technology. We must stand united in preserving the sanctity of our traditions. Thara. Aris, while I share your concern, we need to think carefully about how we approach this. We can't appear to be against progress or cooperation with outsiders. Aris. True, Thara. Our goal isn't to reject progress but to safeguard our autonomy. Let's ensure our actions reflect that we are not anti-progress but pro-choice. Our choice in preserving our heritage. Yorin. So, what's the plan? How do we show our commitment without coming off as obstructive? Aris. First, we need to educate our community about the potential implications of integrating this technology. We'll organize forums and discussions, open platforms where everyone can voice their concerns and learn more about what's at stake. Mira, I can arrange for some of these meetings in the eastern sectors. Many there are undecided and could benefit from more information. Galen, and I'll take the western groves. There's a lot of curiosity there about Elon's work, but also a lot of ignorance about the possible consequences. Aris, excellent. We'll need volunteers to monitor the integration sites discreetly. Document everything. If there are discrepancies between what Elon promises and what occurs, we'll need evidence. Leah, I'll help with that. My brother is one of the mages working closely with Elon. He can provide us with first-hand accounts and ensure that we get accurate information. Thara, we should also consider drafting a petition, laying out our concerns formally. If enough of us sign it, it will demonstrate to the council the breadth of our reservations. Aris, a petition is a strong move. Thara, let's draft it carefully, emphasizing that our aim is to protect and balance, not to disrupt. Kale, in these discussions and in our petition, we must stress that we aren't against the use of technology per se, but against its misuse and the risk of dependency. Aris, exactly, Kale. We advocate for a balanced approach, where technology does not supplant our magical practices but serves them, under strict guidelines and controls that we help establish. Yorin, how do we ensure the council hears us? They've already approved Elon's project. They might see this as just resistance to change. Aris, we present our petition with respect and backed by a majority. We show them that this isn't a fringe opinion but a significant portion of the populace. We remind them that their duty is to represent all Arcadians, not just the progressive few. Mira, And let's not forget to communicate. Some who support Elon might be swayed if they understand our concerns aren't about fear of change, but about love for our culture. Aris, well said, Mira. Let's proceed with wisdom and courage. Prepare the forums, gather information, draft the petition. We meet here again in 1 week. Bring your updates and be ready to move forward together. In a secluded glade near the heart of the grove, Aris convened the first official meeting of the Watch Group, a select assembly of traditionalists committed to overseeing Elon's integration of technology into Arcadia. The evening was cool, with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves, creating a natural privacy screen for their clandestine gathering. Aris, thank you all for coming. This group has one purpose: to vigilantly monitor the integration of foreign technology into our sacred practices. We are here to observe, record, and report any deviation from what has been promised to our community. Dara, I understand our mission, but I need clarity on how we're supposed to document these deviations without access to the same technology or insights that Elon's team has. Aris, great point, Dara. We will use our traditional methods for now. Keep detailed logs, take sketches, note changes in the environment, and gather testimonials from those directly affected. We are observers in the field, grounded in our ways. Miron, I've started a log based on the changes in the northern sector of the grove, where the first devices were installed. There's a noticeable shift in the ambient magical energies. Subtle, but it's there. Aris, good work, Miron. Document everything, no matter how minor it seems. Changes in magical energies are exactly what we need to watch. Anyone else noticing similar patterns? Jaela. Yes, in the southern sector. Some of the elder trees seem less vibrant. I know it's not much to go on, but these trees have been strong for centuries. I feel the technology might be draining them. Aris. No observation is too small, Jaela. It's all significant. Tolan, you've been quiet. What's your take? Tolan, I've been monitoring the community's response. There's a split. Some are hopeful, intrigued by the potential benefits. Others share our concerns but feel powerless to express them. We need to give them a voice. Aris. Exactly, Tolan. We're not just here to observe the land, but to advocate for our people. Let's organize a series of informal gatherings where community members can speak freely about their experiences and concerns. Kara, I can arrange the first gathering at my home. It's central and known as a place of open dialogue. We could frame it as a discussion on balancing tradition and innovation, keeping it positive but insightful. Aris, perfect, Kara. Let's keep the tone constructive. We're not agitators, we're protectors. Now, about accessing some of Elon's public demonstrations or data releases. Any thoughts on how we can leverage those for more information? Dara, I suggest we attend every public session and ask pointed questions. We need to understand the technology to truly assess its impact. Perhaps we can even learn to use some of their monitoring tools to check their data against ours. Aris, an excellent strategy. Knowledge is power, after all. We'll educate ourselves using their own outputs. But remember, stay respectful and measured in your inquiries. We're there to learn and to question, not confront. Miron, what about reaching out to Elon directly? A dialogue might help us better understand his intentions and maybe even influence his approach. Aris, I'm cautious about direct engagement, but you make a valid point, Miron. A conversation with Elon could be beneficial if handled correctly. I'll think on it and find the right approach. Aris. For now, let's focus on gathering data and strengthening our community ties. We're in this together for the long haul. Meet back here in 1 week with your findings and insights. Stay alert, stay connected, and thank you for your dedication. Under the deepening twilight, the assembled watch group gathered once again, this time at Kara's home, which hummed with low conversations and the rustling of notes. Aris stood at the forefront, ready to steer the discussion into more actionable territories. Aris, thank you all for coming. Tonight, we discuss our findings and plan our next steps. The sentiment in our community is clear. While some are hopeful about Elon's technology, many share our concerns. It's our duty to ensure these voices are heard. Kara, my neighbors have expressed mixed feelings. The younger ones are curious about the technology, fascinated even, but the elders feel sidelined, as if their traditions are being quietly replaced. Dara, I attended one of Elon's demonstrations last week. His devices are more advanced than I anticipated. I asked about the safeguards against potential magical disruption, but the answers were vague. We need solid, understandable measures, not just assurances. Aris, your observations are crucial. Dara, vagueness from Elon's side gives us legitimate grounds to demand transparency. We need to push for clarity at every opportunity. Tolan, during the gatherings I hosted, I noticed a reluctance to speak out against the technology, possibly out of fear of being seen as backward or resistant to progress. How do we empower our people to voice their true feelings? Aris, we need to frame our meetings as safe spaces for open dialogue. Let's emphasize that questioning and caution are signs of wisdom, not resistance. Perhaps we should also draft a statement outlining our stance, making it clear that our goal is to preserve our way of life in balance with new technologies. Elon, there's another issue. Some of the plants near the first sensor installation have started to show unusual growth patterns. Nothing drastic, but definitely abnormal. This could be our first tangible proof that the technology is affecting our ecosystem. Aris, JLA, document everything. We might need to present these findings to the Council sooner rather than later. If there's tangible proof of disturbance, it could strengthen our position significantly. Miron, I propose we compile a report, a comprehensive one, including all our findings, concerns, and the community's sentiments. We present it to the Council and request a formal review of Elon's project. Aris, an excellent idea. Miron, a formal report will show that we are organized and serious. It will also give us a platform to be officially heard. Kale, what about reaching out to Elon directly now? If we present our concerns as coming from a place of guardianship for our traditions, he might be willing to engage in a more open dialogue with us. Aris, I've been considering this. Kale, a direct dialogue might be risky, but it's worth a try if it can lead to better understanding and possibly influencing the project's direction. I'll arrange a meeting with him, accompanied by a couple of us. We'll go as representatives of this watch group, not as adversaries. Dara, let's ensure we remain united and supportive of one another. This could be a pivotal moment for us and for Arcadia. Aris, absolutely. Dara, unity is our strength. We're not against progress. We're for the responsible and respectful integration of it into our lives. Let's prepare for this meeting thoroughly. We'll need to be clear, concise, and compelling in our communication. In the shaded enclave of the grove, beneath the ancient canopy where the air was thick with the essence of magic, Zara, the seasoned warrior of Arcadia, met with her trusted friend and fellow guardian, Helia. The weight of her decision pressed heavily on her shoulders, casting a shadow on her usually steadfast spirit. Zara, Helia, I find myself at a crossroads, torn by the path I've chosen to walk alongside Elon. His vision, once clear and promising, now seems clouded with the potential consequences I hadn't fully considered. Helia, Zara, you have always been a protector of our ways. What has sparked this doubt? Zara, it's the integration, Helia. The more I see of Elon's technology weaving into the fabric of our realm, the more I question, am I aiding in our evolution, or am I a party to the erosion of our very essence? Helia, but has there been harm done? Zara, sometimes fear of the unknown can cloud our judgment as much as optimism. Zara, no harm yet, but the grove feels different. The air, the soil, the whisper of the trees, subtle changes that maybe only a warrior's senses would detect. I fear we might lose something irreplaceable before we even realize it's gone. Helia, change is the law of nature. Zara, even our ancient magic has evolved over the centuries. Why should the introduction of technology be any different? Zara, because, Helia, our magic comes from the earth, the sky, from within us. It's a living, breathing part of Arcadia. Elon's machines, they are lifeless, yet they wield such power. Can we truly master such a force, or will it master us? Helia, you are wise to question, for that is the duty of a guardian. To question, to challenge, to protect. Maybe you need to challenge this path more if it brings you such unrest. Zara, perhaps you're right. I need to challenge, not to reassure myself, but to ensure that I am not blindly leading us into a darkness that I cannot fend off. Helia, what will you do, then? Zara, I must speak to those who have embraced this change more fully. If I can see the benefits through their eyes, maybe I can find the clarity I seek. Or perhaps reinforce my resolve to alter our course. Helia, a wise decision. You must follow your heart, Zara, but also arm yourself with knowledge. Speak to Elon, speak to those affected by his work. Gather all facets of this unfolding story before you draw your blade or shield. Zara. Thank you, Helia. I will seek out Elon and see his machines at work once more. I must understand completely whether I am to support this path or stand against it. Zara approached Elon's work area, where the integration of technology and magic was most visible. The hum of machinery mixed with the ambient energies of the grove created a symphony that was both alien and mesmerizing. Here, she found Elon deeply engaged in conversation with Lisa, who had been an early advocate of the project. Zara, Elon, Lisa, I need to speak with you both. There are doubts in my heart about the path we are taking. Elon, Zara, I'm glad you came. It's important that all voices are heard, especially from someone as respected as you. What concerns do you have? Zara, I fear that we are altering the very essence of our world in ways we may not fully understand or control. How do we reconcile our deep-rooted traditions with this new technology? Lisa, I shared some of your concerns. Zara, but working closely with Elon, I've seen how these technologies can not only coexist with our magic, but potentially enhance it. We've seen growth in areas of the grove that haven't thrived in years. Zara, enhancement is one thing, dependency is another. How do we ensure that we do not become so intertwined with this technology that we can no longer function without it? Elon, that's a valid concern. Zara, we're taking it slowly, ensuring that every step is reversible. We're not looking to create a dependency, but to offer tools that can be used or set aside as needed. Zara, and what are the subtle changes, the shifts in the energy I've felt in the grove? Our elders speak of a different air, a change in the soil. Are we monitoring these changes comprehensively? Lisa. We are. Zara. We use both our traditional sensing techniques and the new sensors to monitor the environment. So far, the changes have been within safe parameters, but your input is crucial in helping us define what safe truly means for us. Zara. I appreciate the safeguards, but there's more at stake here than the physical health of the grove. What about the spiritual, the cultural? How do we measure the impact on those? Elon. We're perhaps less equipped to measure spiritual and cultural impacts, but we're learning, Zara. We rely heavily on feedback from you and others deeply connected to our traditions. Zara. Feedback that may come too late. We must consider not only what happens if we continue, but also what happens if we stop. What then? How quickly can we restore what was altered? Lisa. Every step of the implementation has been documented, and every change is logged. If we decide to reverse the process, we have detailed plans for restoration. Zara. I need to see these plans. I need to understand them fully. Perhaps then I can put my heart at ease, or at the ready. Elon. I'll make sure you have access to all the information you need. Zara. Your role as a guardian of our traditions is something we respect deeply. Let's ensure you have all the tools to fulfill that role. Lisa. And I'll accompany you through the data. Sometimes the numbers and graphs reveal more than we expect. We can look at them together. Zara nodded, feeling somewhat reassured but still burdened with the responsibility of her role. Zara. Thank you, both. I will review everything carefully. Our next steps depend not just on what is technologically possible, but what is culturally and spiritually permissible. We walk this path together, but we must remain vigilant. Zara left the technological hub and wandered to the training grounds, seeking solace in the familiar clatter of weapons and the rhythm of combat drills. She was soon joined by her brother, Karen, who noticed her troubled demeanor. Karen, sister, you look like you're wrestling with more than just the enemy today. What burdens you? Zara. Karen, I fear I have made a grievous error. My support for Elon's project, once a beacon of progress, now feels like it might be a beacon of demise for our ways. Karen, you've always acted with our people's best in mind. Doubt is natural, but it's not a sign of weakness. It shows you care deeply. What's specifically troubling you? Zara. It's the change, the shift in our environment. The grove doesn't whisper as it used to. It murmurs in a tongue slightly altered. Am I preserving our heritage, or am I trading it for an uncertain future? Karen, you are one of the fiercest defenders of our realm. If you see potential harm, then it's your duty to stand against it. But remember, change can also be a new beginning, not just an end. Zara. But what if this new beginning erases what we hold dear? What if the magic of our ancestors is lost to machines? Karen. Our ancestors adapted to many challenges. Zara. They embraced new methods while holding on to their essence. Maybe we could do the same. Have you spoken to those directly affected by the changes? Zara. I have. Opinions vary, which only deepens my conflict. Lisa sees promise, but others whisper fears they dare not voice loudly. Karen. Then perhaps your role is to be their voice. Challenge Elon. Challenge the council. Ensure that safeguards are not just promises but are etched in stone. Zara. Yes, you're right. I must fight, not against change, but for balance. I must ensure that our voices are heard and heeded. Karen. Exactly. Use your influence to shape how this change unfolds. You can bridge the old and the new, ensuring they complement rather than compete. Zara. It's a heavy burden, but one I must bear. Thank you, brother, for your counsel. It's given me clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Karen. Always, Zara. I stand with you, as do many others. Gather your allies, and together, we'll ensure that our future respects our past. As dusk fell, Zara sought solitude in the heart of the grove, where the great oak stood, a silent witness to centuries of Arcadian history. The air was crisp, and the gentle rustle of leaves seemed to echo her inner turmoil. Here, she hoped to find the clarity that had eluded her in the company of others. Her contemplation was interrupted by the approach of Elon, who had agreed to meet her after hearing of her doubts. Elon. Zara, I'm grateful you agreed to meet. I've been told you have concerns about our project's impact on Arcadia. I'm here to address them as best I can. Zara. Elon, my role as a guardian compels me to question the path we tread together. My duty is to protect the essence of our culture, our connection to the land and magic. Tell me, honestly, do you believe our traditions will endure the changes your technology brings? Elon. I do. Zara. I truly believe that technology, when guided by respect and understanding, can coexist with and even enhance Arcadian traditions. It's not about replacing what you have, but about fortifying it against the inevitable changes the world faces. Zara. And if you're wrong, if the integration of your technology begins to overshadow our traditions, what then? What safeguards do we have? Elon, you have every right to ask for guarantees. We've put measures in place that allow for the project to be scaled back or halted altogether should it negatively impact the cultural fabric of Arcadia. You, the council, and the people have the final say. Zara. Hearing that reassures me somewhat, but words are wind, Elon. We need actions. We need visible, tangible evidence that what you say is true. Elon, understandable. I propose that we set up a joint oversight committee comprised of technologists and traditionalists to monitor every aspect of the integration. You should be a part of it, Zara. No significant changes would be made without this committee's approval. Zara, a joint oversight committee is a step in the right direction. But I need something more, Elon. I need a commitment that the heart of our culture, our spiritual practices, won't just be observed, but will be actively protected and respected. Elon, you have my commitment. Moreover, I will ensure that our project regularly consults with spiritual leaders and cultural custodians like yourself to assess and guide our efforts. Your traditions will not just survive, they will thrive. Zara. And if I, or any other guardian, decide that the balance tips unfavorably? Elon, then we reassess and recalibrate, or we stop. The continuation of this project hinges entirely on its ability to benefit Arcadia holistically. If it fails in that respect, it doesn't proceed. Zara, your words offer some comfort, Elon. I will take your proposals back to the council and discuss them. Our path forward must be one of unity, not division. Elon, agreed, Zara. And know that my door is always open for discussion. I came to Arcadia not just to introduce technology, but to learn from your ways. This is a journey we are on together, and every step must be taken in partnership. With a nod of cautious approval, Zara extended her hand in a gesture of tentative alliance. Elon shook it, understanding the weight of the trust being placed in him. Zara, then let us walk this path with vigilance and hope. Thank you, Elon, for hearing my concerns. Let us both be true to our word. In a well-lit meeting room filled with members of the Oversight Committee, Elon prepared to address the gathered Arcadian leaders and skeptics. The air was charged with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. Zara, acting as the spokesperson for the group, initiated the dialogue. Zara, Elon, while we appreciate your efforts and the potential benefits of your technology, there remains a deep-seated concern about its long-term implications on our traditions and way of life. Elon, I understand those concerns, Zara, and I'm here not just to offer reassurances, but to find practical solutions that align with your values. Let's discuss the safeguards we've implemented and explore additional measures you think might be necessary. Mara, a senior member of the council, chimed in. Mara, we need to establish clear, enforceable boundaries that ensure our customs and magical practices are not only preserved but respected. How do you propose we enforce these boundaries? Elon, one step we could take is to create a binding agreement that outlines specific boundaries and the consequences for crossing them. This document would be reviewed and updated annually, ensuring it evolves with our project and community needs. Lisa, that sounds promising, Elon. But what about direct oversight? Could we not implement a system where designated community members have real-time access to project data and operations? Elon, absolutely. Lisa, we could set up a dashboard that provides live updates on all aspects of the project. Members of the Oversight Committee would have access to this dashboard, giving you the ability to monitor our activities as they happen and address any concerns in real time. Zara, real-time monitoring is a good step. However, there's also the matter of accountability. Who will be responsible for taking action if something goes wrong? Elon, I suggest we establish a subcommittee within the Oversight Committee specifically responsible for compliance and response. This subcommittee would have the authority to pause project activities if they detect any deviation from agreed protocols or if there are signs of adverse effects on the community or environment. Kalen, another elder, raised a point. Kalen, and what of external audits? Shouldn't we have independent experts review the project periodically to provide an unbiased perspective? Elon, an excellent suggestion. Kalen, an annual audit by third-party experts would provide an additional layer of transparency and trust. We could select auditors approved by both the Oversight Committee and my team to ensure impartiality. Zara, these proposals address several of our operational concerns. But what guarantees do we have that these measures will be implemented effectively? Words must translate into action, Elon. Elon, understood, Zara. To solidify our commitment, I propose that we draft a detailed action plan outlining the implementation of these measures. This plan will include timelines, responsible parties, and specific goals. We will review this plan together in next month's meeting to ensure it meets all our expectations. Mara, it appears you've given this considerable thought, Elon. These steps could indeed build the foundation for trust and cooperation. However, let's remember, trust is earned through consistent action, not just planned action. Elon, absolutely. Mara, I'm committed to earning that trust every day we move forward. Let's use this foundation as a starting point for a robust partnership that honors and strengthens both our technological goals and your cultural heritage. The next day, Elon prepared for a smaller, more intense meeting with Arissa and his staunchest supporters. In a secluded room adorned with traditional Arcadian artifacts, the air was tense, reflecting the gravity of the concerns held by those gathered. Elon, Arissa, I appreciate you and your group meeting with me today. I understand you have deep-seated concerns about the integration of our technology with your magical practices. I'm here to listen and address these as best I can. Aris, Elon, your projects, while innovative, strike at the heart of our fears. Our way of life, our very essence, risks being overshadowed by these machines. How can you assure us that won't happen? Elon, I recognize the weight of your concerns. Aris, to ensure that our traditions remain at the forefront, I propose establishing a heritage impact assessment for every phase of the project. This will evaluate the cultural and spiritual implications before any new step is taken. Aris, assessments are well and good, Elon, but they can be ignored. What real power will this assessment have? Who will enforce its findings? Elon, a valid point. Aris, to give teeth to these assessments, I suggest we create an enforcement body within the Oversight Committee, made up of respected members from your group and neutral third parties. They will have the power to halt project components if the assessments are not properly considered. Aris, and if disagreements arise, if we feel our voices are being drowned out by those more enthusiastic about technology. Elon, in cases of significant disagreement, we will defer to an independent arbitrator agreed upon by all parties now. This will ensure that no single perspective dominates. Kira, another vocal member of the group, interjected. Kira, what about the long term, Elon? How do we ensure that these safeguards continue beyond the duration of your involvement? Elon, Kira, to safeguard the long-term integrity of this arrangement, I propose that we draft a covenant, a binding agreement that will outline the roles, responsibilities, and rights of all parties. This document will be legally binding and reviewed annually by the Council and an independent auditor. Aris, this sounds comprehensive, but it also places much power in new systems and documents. Our traditions were safeguarded by mutual respect and understanding, not paperwork. Elon, I understand the reliance on formal structures might seem alien. However, given the complexity and novelty of what we are attempting, these documents serve as a mutual promise, a reminder of our commitments. They are not meant to replace trust, but to reinforce it until such trust is solidly established. Aris, I see your efforts to meet us halfway, Elon. We will need time to discuss this among ourselves. Your proposals are significant, and we appreciate the seriousness with which you are taking our concerns. Elon, take all the time you need, Aris. I'm here for the long haul, and I'm committed to making this work for all of us. I believe in the benefits of what we're building together, but not at the cost of losing what makes Arcadia unique. After the intense discussion with Aris and his group, Elon returned to the Oversight Committee, armed with feedback and ready to discuss a comprehensive strategy that would address the broader concerns of the Arcadian community. The committee members, including Zara, gathered in the council hall, ready to delve into the specifics. Elon, I've taken the concerns raised by various groups seriously and have drafted a new oversight framework that I believe addresses most, if not all, of our collective concerns. This includes real-time monitoring, third-party audits, and a robust escalation process for any issues. Zara, that sounds comprehensive, Elon. Could you elaborate on how the real-time monitoring will work and who will have access to this data? Elon, certainly. Zara, we'll set up a series of monitoring stations around key project sites, all linked to a central dashboard accessible to all Oversight Committee members. Any significant deviation from normal parameters will trigger an alert that will be immediately reviewed by the committee. Mara, what about the third-party audits? How often will they occur, and how do we ensure their independence? Elon, I propose annual audits by an external firm that both the committee and I will choose together. The firm will have no prior or ongoing business relations with the project to ensure their unbiased perspective. Their findings will be public to maintain transparency. Caitlin, and the escalation process? Suppose an issue arises that poses a significant risk. How fast can we act to mitigate it? Elon, immediate action is essential in such scenarios. Caitlin, the escalation process includes an emergency protocol where any committee member can call for a temporary halt to all project activities until the issue is assessed and addressed. This protocol ensures that we don't have to wait for prolonged deliberations in the face of urgent risks. Lisa, this framework seems solid. Elon, however, my concern is with the long term. How do we ensure these measures remain effective as the project scales? Elon, a great point. Lisa, to safeguard the long-term effectiveness of these measures, we will incorporate a mandatory review of the framework every 2 years. During these reviews, we can make adjustments based on new insights, technological advancements, or changes in community sentiment. Zara, your proposals show foresight. Elon, I believe they will strengthen not only the project's integrity but also community trust. However, ensuring community involvement in these reviews will be crucial. Elon, absolutely. Zara, community involvement is key. I suggest we hold public forums ahead of each review period to gather input directly from the community. This input will directly influence the focus of our reviews and any adjustments we make. Mara, Elon, it's clear you've put considerable thought into addressing our concerns. If these measures are implemented as described, I believe we have a strong foundation for moving forward together. Elon, thank you. Mara, I am committed to making this collaboration successful and beneficial for everyone involved. Let's work together to finalize these proposals and start implementing them as soon as possible. After building a solid framework within the Oversight Committee, Elon decided it was essential to engage the broader community directly. He organized a public presentation in the central plaza of Arcadia, inviting all residents to attend. As the community gathered, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation and skepticism. Elon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm here to talk about our ongoing project, which combines your magical traditions with some of the technological advances from Earth. More importantly, I'm here to discuss how we ensure this blend respects your way of life. Elon, we've established a comprehensive oversight framework that includes real-time environmental monitoring, annual third-party audits, and a robust escalation process for immediate concerns. Each of these elements is designed to safeguard your traditions and the natural balance of Arcadia. Audience member 1. How can we trust these third-party auditors? What's to stop them from being influenced by you or anyone else with a stake in the project's success? Elon, that's an excellent question. The third-party auditors will be selected jointly by the Oversight Committee, which includes members from your community. They will have no prior engagements with the project or any of its team members to ensure their independence. Their reports will be made public to maintain transparency. Audience member 2. Real-time monitoring sounds proactive, but who monitors the monitors? How do we know this data won't be manipulated? Elon. Another important concern. The monitoring data will be accessible not just to the project team but to all Oversight Committee members, which includes leaders and representatives from your community. Any significant anomalies will trigger an alert to the entire committee, prompting an immediate review and potential halt of project activities if necessary. Audience member 3. What about our young people and future generations? How do we ensure they maintain our traditional practices and not become overly reliant on this new technology? Elon, we're very conscious of the need to maintain and pass down your traditional practices. That's why part of our initiative includes educational programs that emphasize the importance of these traditions. We view technology as a tool to support these practices, not replace them. Zara, as a member of the Oversight Committee and someone who initially had reservations, I've seen considerable effort from Elon and his team to address our concerns. Our role is to remain vigilant and responsive, ensuring the project respects our values. Elon, to add to Zara's point, we are setting up a series of workshops and forums where community members can learn more about the technology, provide feedback, and express any concerns. We encourage everyone to participate and voice their opinions. Audience member 4. It sounds like a lot of thought has gone into making this inclusive, but we will hold you to your promises, Elon. Our way of life is precious to us, Elon, and so it should be. I promise that we are proceeding with the utmost care and respect for your traditions. I am committed to this partnership and to adapting our approach based on your feedback.